Saturday, and I'm early for a change, and that's because it's going to be a rather short stream, but I thought I'd take this opportunity, since I probably can't do a lot else, to maybe get back into some games that we didn't finish that have sort of been lingering. Namely, this one. I think we're at the end game, but I think if I remember because the last time we played this was February. So I think all that's left is a bit of side questing. I'm concerned by how much is in my journal still, though. You see, it's going to take me a minute to figure this out. In the Eye of the Dragon of the Jade Temple, you will find the Ring of Jade. Wait, have we been there? Wait, have I loaded the right game? I must have done. Nine. Yeah, that must be right. We did the caverns, Lianshan Forest. Right. Maybe the bottom would be better, but Nandi the Gatherer. In Wulong, Nandi the Gatherer has offered to make a potion for you that only she can concoct. The only condition is that you must find the ingredients. First thing Nandi requires are leaves of the plant called the sparrow's egg. Do not recall this. Sculpture. His statue has been dismembered. He has found the torso, but he's missing the head arms. Can you help him? I don't know this one either. I think that quest we've failed. I'm not sure. I don't think we can ever go back there. Maybe we do soon. Arlang is fleeing from death. Who appears in the guise of a cat? Oh my god, I remember that one. Arlang has eluded death by telling jokes and riddles, then fleeing as the cat laughs at or ponders the tale. Yudu the fisherman tells you to ask the guardian of the shrine of Liangshan. That's where we are right now, I think. For 2 pieces of bark from the tree. Give one to Arlang and the other to the cat. The cat will chew the bark and that will keep him from talking. Okay. Maybe that's why we came back here. A monk has given you the tomb of Garnus. Don't think we're ever going to finish that quest. Forest Oni named Piabo has given you the wooden box containing her immortal spirit. I remember this one. This is what we needed to do. You threw the box into the side. Yeah, so we need to go back to her, and she's at the end of this area. The Kosani priestess Ilaru desires the secret of Nutingov's potion. The mage belonged to a secret society known as the Darkanim, Master of Invisible Script. Any page that contains Nutingov's writing will appear to be blank. Find his hat in the... Well, we're here now in the forest of Liangshan to help him and his friends escape. Gave his hat to the forest spirits. If he fails to retrieve the hat, he will die. Why, though? Family tradition. The widow Fang Ying has given an old coin and a locket. They belong to her dead sons. They brought to the cemetery. That's why we've come back to Langshan to do a couple of these quests. Find the 4 dragon scales of the Emperors of Arenia in the Tower of Ele. A slave named Joel gave you the hidden dragon scale. We've got one of them then. In the caverns of Wolong you encountered the ghost of the warlord named Tiandi. He murdered Ruka and stole the dragon rings from him. If you return to Sarnavar and tell the keeper of law what you've learned. The heir of King Belia, so that Fleece may reclaim the throne of her father. Oh yeah, I remember that now too. She's half royalty, isn't she? Defeat Sornet who? The 4 demons. That's the main quest, isn't it? Find Ring of Jade. You find the Jade Temple. You will find the Ring of Jade, and the temple stands in the shadow of LA. I don't remember this either. I don't remember whether we've been to the Jade Temple. I'm guessing we haven't. But what's this spirit? Oh my god, I don't remember how to play. What summon monster is this? No, not inventory. I thought thought there was a way to look at the stats for the summoned spirit. Poison? And it's a snake. Oh my god, you don't have to play in so many other games like 2D games and even just, I don't know, Air's Adventure. This feels so janky to come back to. I forgot how hard it is to see the graphics as well. Even though I've got glasses on, it's like, whoa. Okay. Is there a map? Okay. Really should not have left this long. Oh, who are you? Wounded soldier. The Imperial soldier has been badly wounded. Makeshift bandages bind the gashes in his arms and chest. The Oni attacked. All the soldiers ripped apart. The soldier mumbles in delirium. The Emperor sent us here to die. Emperor? Haven't we talked to you already? The soldier lurches forward but catches himself before he falls. Murad sent us here to kill the summoner, to destroy the shrine of Liangshan. Kill the summoner. The summoner is the man with the power of a god, the soldier groans. In the prophecy of the Jade Temple, the summoner shall end the Emperor's reign, end his dynasty. He is coming to Liangshan. Liangshan? The battle fought here long, long ago. The river spirit slain. Each drop of its blood grew into a tree. The forest of evil. The soldier gestures at the twisted, malignant trees. Even the plants and vines are dangerous to living men. Dangerous? Poison flows through them, a venom for which there is no cure. But the shrine, the guardian of the shrine, he is a healer of great power. Shrine? A shrine to die, the dragon of the forest, who saved the villages of Liangshan. Evil spirits will not go near the shrine. Beware the Oni, they killed our scouting party. General Wentao and his army, they will march on Liangshan. They will destroy the shrine and steal the ring of the forest. We have to get to the shrine before General Wentao's soldiers attack, says Rosalind. We've already done this. This is a repeat, isn't it? You will need that ring to fight the Emperor. But what about the Oni? How bad could they be? Jakar replies with a grin. Besides, weren't you listening? Joseph here has the power of a god. Soldier shakes his head and waves his hands. No, no, run from this place. You will die here. Turn back for your own sake. And we didn't. We went through. We just need to zigzag, if I recall. I don't want to miss any items. I'd rather not have to bother with all this. This is a fast way through. Oh my god, we're already fighting, I see. I'm just gonna ignore you boys. Oh! No, we're not. Fireball is broken if I recall, so let's do that. Well, maybe not on mages, it ain't. Oh, we're about to die. What's Rosalind getting on with? Restores HPs. Oh yeah, because this place has poison, so I'm like, I think I'm constantly ticking down as I go, which is not very fun. Let's do a little group party here. Did she do that or did I do that? Because that was fast. Just watch out for those key items, because I just kind of want to get through this. Bam. Chekhar seems to be kicking ass though. That or the poison. Ironwood staff. I don't even remember at this point in time. Whatever. Ironwood staff. I mean, need to get to the shrine. Somebody's hat though. I don't know about the hat. Oh. Aha, what's that? Is that the hat? Oh, it's somebody's right arm. Oh, maybe I should check what I have and what I don't. This could be annoying. Let's see. Quests. What do I need? Found the torso, but he's missing a head, arms, and legs. Head, arms, and legs. Some of these quests are probably just like garbage though, aren't they? Where's my key items? Are these key? Left. Oh, we got left arm, right arm. What about the legs? Why wouldn't you put them together? Wait, what did I just pick up? Did I just pick up a leg or an arm? The left arm from the statue of the late Emperor blah. So maybe I'm missing his head. No. Yeah, his head and his feet. His legs. Rather. Left arm, right arm. Tourmaline. Oh dear, that makes me want to be more careful. It could be at the start. Maybe I should backtrack just to be sure. Kind of. Less time I spend here, the better. Doesn't seem to be as many enemies as my memory of it last time, though. At least they seem to be dying relatively quickly. I'm more worried about running out of health, though. I mean MP. Rosalind doesn't seem so hot. Now, if I were hiding an item, where would I be? Isn't there another camera angle? I've forgotten how to do it. Oh! No. Oh, we'll trot on here. This looks like graves. Oh, that was it. Whoa! There's a nice camera, I guess. I think I'll stick with high. It does make it. What will I? Maybe auto. It's broken houses. Low. No, high does make it a bit easier to see what's going on. Fleece seems to be better now that she's got this bow and arrow. I wish there was a way to sort of nullify the poison. I think it's just a permanent effect. Oh! Oh no, maybe not. I thought there was something in that house. There is something there. Right. What's this? Ah, it's just a skeleton. Aha. Spine splitter. This isn't actually what I wanted, but whatever. Backstab +3. It might be useful if I put her back on daggers. Looking for the quest items really though. God, these things take forever. There's a lot of them. I'd rather not hit them all at once. Never mind them. She needs more MP. I'm running out of MP now, and the poison's gonna get me. It's a nasty trap. I don't think we can go down that though, can we? I hope not. It's a horror. This is probably the worst. Absolute worst dungeon in this game, I think. If any of these will give me my... Do I have an attack that gives me AP back? I can't even remember. Hey Jamesy, how's it going? How's your weekend? Let's see. Sort of zoned out there. Healing draft. I need some MP. Let's continue all the way to the end of here, I guess. I'm sort of struggling to remember like what my whole thought process was last time we played this game, which is quite a long time ago now. With the quests and whatnot. These textures are savage. And it's quite hard to see. It's a bit tiring, I think, on my eyes. I don't know how it comes across through the stream, but these textures are hideous. Some of it, though, I think it's PAL jank too. Trying to play a PAL game, not in PAL region. How's the audio? I've had to. I had a guess. I hope it's sort of balanced-ish. Been a long time since I've done this. Did you check your old vault? I did not. You think it'd be sensible, but no. It's really just we're sort of near the end game, which won't take too long to figure out. But I was wrapping up side quests, I think is what it was. But now I can't remember what most of them were. I've read through the journal though. But there's like these little key items that I've noticed that I think we'd missed, because we've done this dungeon before. This was the last place that I did, I think. But I'm going through it again, trying to find some of the things. Because I just found there's a statue. I don't remember the point of it, but it's in my journal. Some guy's had his statue dismembered, and he wants us to find the pieces of it. So I'm sort of trying to do that. It's my sort of completionist OCD. Because I'm aware of it, I want to do it, but it's probably not. It's probably not important. Oh, my summon spirit just disappeared. I'll summon him later. Because we did. I remember we got to the end of this. We met the old man in the hut or whatever it was. I'm just gonna check. What's that? That's a flower. But how's your weekend? I'll not be on super late today because I've got to go to work tomorrow in the morning very early for just an hour or two, but the point is I've got to get up, which is the annoying part. Otherwise I'd have tried to finish Legend of Heroes, but I don't know. I don't want to do more. I want to finish that in the next stream, so however long it takes. Whereas this one's not as urgent. What's the rest of the party doing? Are they fighting something else? Why is this one taking so much damage? Should think so. A lot of experience from the red ones. It's the blue ones, the easy ones that don't really give you much. So much this weekend playing some Sega Alien 3. What's that on? Or is it an arcade one? There's one on the Saturn, isn't there? Oh, hang on, I know what you mean. Do you mean the Mega Drive one? I haven't played that one yet. I almost did though. It's actually one of the early ones that I nearly did. Because it came out on a wheel spin quite early on. Oh, this has turned into a mess. I could die. Your favourite other movie? No, we didn't talk about what was it? What's the one after that? The rubbish one. Revelations, is it? Resurrection. Oh, that's awful. The game is supposed to be quite good though, from what I've heard. I'm sure that I would enjoy 3, the movie, again, but I really like the original. That's me. I like 1 more than 2. I think 2 is an excellent film though, but it's just a little bit, it's different. I like them both, but 1 is the one that I've gone back to more. It's a really good atmospheric movie. I like to leave it long enough to forget most of it, and then it's just exciting again. I didn't mind Prometheus, and people didn't seem to like that. It's like a puzzle game, finding people, might matter out on paper. I've seen bits of it, and I have like booted it up once, but I've never really got very far with it. There's a lot of ladders, isn't it, going up and down and stuff. It looked very familiar though. I think that my friend had it, but I just didn't really play it much. I feel like I saw him play it. Can't remember because I think it's on the Master System as well though, so it might have been that version that I think we played. Right. I'm just... Is there any key items that I've missed? Clickety click. Up in this corner. It's so easy to miss the stuff in this. I probably could just look at a guide, I guess, might be faster, but... Do you know what it is? It's because I've not got my summer monster out. They must have just been making the difference. Let's get him. I might just let my MP come back a little bit first, but... Let's see... Any little bags here. Just think... Like, having your health constantly ticking down is just wretched. Well, there's that soldier again. Just about back at the beginning. At least the enemies don't respawn though. That's the sort of only saving grace. So I could just clear the whole area, and if I'm missing something, maybe check them. I think I was quite vigorous though with this part. I can't believe it just... you know what? I reckon those items didn't appear until maybe we triggered the quest, whatever it is. Because the one that we just picked up, it was like in the middle of the floor. I don't think I'd have missed that. Just check these places, whatever's going on here. Some funky noises. Did you check out Snow Brothers in the end? Right, I think at this point I'm just going to go forwards now. Let's see. That's the end, so... Take a look. Can't remember when it was now. I think I did it in one stream. It was very hard towards the end though. I'd messed about on it on a previous stream, but I started over. It wasn't the first time that I played it. But when I did beat it, I did do it. I think I did do it in one. Or if at the most two. It was really just like the final 10 levels were quite rough because you could only save your password every 10 levels or so. And then the final boss himself was a real pain in the arse. And then, you know, the weight of it is that if you then mess up, you've got to redo the previous 10 levels again or whatever it was. It's like an arcade, you know, with like floors, like Flicky. It's that sort of like 10 levels and then you've got a boss fight or something. It's quite fun though. The graphics were really cute. Really nice graphics on the Mega Drive actually. They did some really interesting stuff with the sprites. It looked like they were scared. I mean, people say, I mean, I only spout what the internet says, but people always go on about how the Mega Drive can't do sprite scaling. But you could have fooled me with what they pulled off in that game sometimes. I mean, they're just redrawing it quickly or whatever, but it looked good. And the music was quite good too. It's a very expensive game as well, actually. That's the. What is this place? It's so cold here. Okay, does that mean something? Are we supposed to do something? There's not a quest that's got something to do with this, is there? They belong to her dead sons. They must be brought to the cemetery. Is it that? Let's try. Dao Ming's coin. Oh no, none of these are items to use, so I guess it's not a thing. No, maybe it was just a bit of flavour as you're walking. Yeah, I quite like the soundtrack for Snow Brothers. The graphics were quite colourful, but yeah, it is one of the more expensive Mega Drive games now. It only came out in Japan as well, but you don't need any language to play it. But it's a pretty expensive one these days. That and what's the other one? Twinkle Tail. Twinkle Tail's good as well, actually. That's worth looking at. I haven't played that on stream myself yet, but I've played it before. Played it quite a while ago. And quite enjoyed it. I don't remember when I played it. It was probably one of the earlier games I did when I had my Mega Drive Mini or something. Before I started doing Twitch. I didn't beat it like sort of legit though, so to speak. I used some save states and stuff when I played it, so it'll probably be quite a learning curve. Although I didn't use them too much, I tried not to. Tried to get somewhat better at it, but I did make a few checkpoints. I thought it was one of those games though that sort of gets easier the more you play it. Not in the practice sense, but in the fact that I feel like the first level is very, very hard because you don't have any lives, I don't think, at the start. Or well, you do, but there's no point to them because you have to do the whole level again. And you don't have a lot of health because you get more health as you play the game. Like you get to level up a bit, so it makes it a bit harder going. It's a bit more punishing at first, whereas you can get away with a lot more later on, I think. What's that? Pick up 76 gold. I think it's more about level 3 onwards where it starts to like get a little bit more balanced and then gets harder again at the end. Some games are just like that. Final game, I'd begrudged to pay more than its original new value. I've had to get over that with some of the ones that I have now. But I don't know. I tend to try and stay within the realms of like £50 at the most. If that translates. £50 isn't what £50 used to be though. I used to be very snobby about it, but I've started to think like sometimes if there's a game I really want it like specifically to play, and it's not just a silly whim, but there's something I really want, then maybe sometimes it is worth just putting down the money if I really want to play it. I mean, I'm talking about like I used to be like, oh, I'm not paying because I got very spoiled living. Ooh, is this an item? Oh no. I got very spoiled in the early days of living in Japan because most of the stuff I wanted was very affordable. If it wasn't new, it would be very, very cheap. But then it started to get to the point, like I wanted Guardian Heroes on the Sega Saturn, but it was going to be like £20–30, and I'm like, well, I'm not paying that for a second-hand Saturn game. But eventually I just thought, well, you know what I really wanted? If I'm just treating myself to something, perhaps it's not so bad. Although I've sort of got a bit carried away in the last year or so. I used to not. I didn't used to buy that many games, unless I really needed them, like ready to play them, because I wasn't really worried about them becoming more expensive later. That's more of a new thing, a new trend now, where games go up in price here the longer you leave it. That's why I've sort of been buying more than I used to, because I used to just like, oh, it's fine, I'll get it later kind of mentality, but now it's like, well, you want to get it later, it'll cost you 5 times as much. But I think I'm starting to get to... There's still stuff that I want, but I'm trying to get to a point where, like, I'm finished buying the games that I want for the PlayStation or the Saturn. There's still some more expensive stuff that I need to kind of save up for, but PlayStation still always surprises me. It's amazing what you can find that's very affordable here anyway. But like I said, you know, when it comes to like Super Nintendo and stuff like that, I'm not even prepared to open that Pandora's box. But then I think those games, they generally emulate fine, so you know, if I find myself in my 60s or something and I've suddenly come into fortune or married rich or whatever, then maybe I would, but right now I don't see that happening with the Mega Drive. I'd love to, but I think I'd rather spend the money on something that I can't play, like a PlayStation game, because of technology limitations that have whatever in my setup and stuff. What's that? Is that another person dead? So that goes around £40 on release. I've no idea. Some of the ones have got tags on the back and they cost about 5,800, but what used to be 5,800 isn't what 5,800 perhaps is now, so it's hard to tell. Because I mean, if you go back far enough to the early 90s, video games used to cost 10,000 yen, which is just insane to me living here. But it's during the bubble economy, so people had a lot more money then, so perhaps it didn't have the same value. However, saying that, in this last year, games are going up. Modern games. When I was most of my time I've been living here, I'd say that a brand new game would cost anywhere between 5,000 yen to 7,000 yen at the most. 7,000 yen is expensive, but most games would be about 5,000, 4,000, you know, after a week or two or something like that. You get them used, but on release. And I remember Dragon Quest 11 came out, and I think it was 8,000 yen. And that was like premium. That's Dragon Quest tax money, that is. But these days, you look at the newest games that are coming out. What was it? The newest Atelier game, I think, is like something stupid like 7,000. It's just gone up with cost of living. Games have gone up recently for their release date RRPs. So it's hard to say. But I mean, case in point, that game we've been talking about in the Discord, Phantastep, which is on the PlayStation and the Saturn, it retailed at 5,800 yen. Which is probably what PlayStation 4 games retail at now-ish, but they've gone up a little bit recently. So not too much different. Japan hasn't, as far as I know, Japan hasn't really had much of a price increase in anything though for the last like 20 years. It's sort of just been, because once the economy, the bubble burst, I think the prices became pretty stagnant, and so did everybody's wage. But ever since like COVID and the oil, the gas crisis and stuff, that's when stuff started to just change. Now milk's been going up, butter's been going, you know, all those things. A bit like, you know, in other countries, my electricity bill's been going up, which it hasn't done for like 10 years or something. So it's getting a bit of a shock to see how things are changing. But I mean, some of the better Saturn games, you have to pay £40 for them now. I mean, they would cost way more if they were in English. So I can't complain too much. But then you've got games like Air's Adventure, you know, which cost 400 yen. And 400 yen is about £2, £3. You can buy right now if you wanted to. You could buy Air's Adventure. I saw it today. You could buy like a factory sealed copy of Air's Adventure for about £7. There's so many copies of it and nobody likes it. It's really quite funny. Poor thing. We did its dues. I'm always tempted to buy it again, but I won't. The only reason I would is, well, one, I don't have the spine card, but I'm not super bothered about spine cards. I like them if I can get them, but I'm not gonna pay an absolute fortune for, like, if it's a shoot 'em up and it was a difference of like 50 quid to have the spine card or not, I really couldn't care. The thing that I care about is that, pick the lot then, silly, is the manual.
Success.
Talk or bash him. But yeah, I quite like Air's Adventure, so I kind of like the spine card for a giggle. And then the other reason is just because my copy's actually broken a little bit because I stood on it. Poor old Air's Adventure. I can't remember when. I snapped the spindles on the disc holder inside, so I had to change it, but it has a special one where it's transparent to see the background layer underneath. I did manage to replace it with something, but it still looks a little bit weird. But I don't think I will. I'm not that frivolous, really, to waste money like that. But yeah, I did stand on Air's Adventure once. It's a daisy. I don't keep games lying around like that, really. It was just a thing. It happened. With Air's Adventure. What can you do? Why am I on solo? Game's fine. Like, the case is fine. It looks totally fine. All that happened was the... do you know what I mean by the spindles? I only learnt this word recently. But the bits that stop it from... the disc from flying out, a couple of those snapped off, so then I hate it when the discs are loose, so I swapped it for another one. It was like a black tray one, but it just looks wrong because I know that it's not supposed to be like that. But I can't remember, it was like some other game that I got that was in bad condition in the end that I'm not happy with it, so I just pinched the tray out of that. Or in fact, I think I took it from my old copy of Final Fantasy VII. My Final Fantasy VII International, the greatest hits version. I re-bought that because my copy of it was going weird. It was getting all this like cloudiness on the discs, and now I know now that means that it's been buffed. It's sort of a sign that it's been buffed, but at the time I didn't really know, and I thought it was rotting, and I was a bit upset because I'm a firm believer that you should always have a copy of Final Fantasy VII ready to go at any time in case of emergency. And I was getting a bit annoyed that it was potentially rotting in front of me, and it's not an expensive game here. So I replaced it. Now I know that it's actually... I mean, it still worked, but I was just worried that when I wanted to play it again, it might not work. So I grabbed it when I saw it one day from the used store, but I got a different version of the international version. I got the original print run instead of the greatest hits version, just being a snob. So then the greatest hits version uses a transparent disc tray, so I pinched one from that. It's an exciting, long-winded story that was. Very much like this dungeon. A part of me would like to get the original Final Fantasy VII, just because it's precious to me. The very, very original one, like before they did the... Oh, excuse you, Rosalind. What's your problem? Revive. Like, before it got released internationally, it had its original run in Japan, and then they added new stuff into it for the West, and then they ported it back again and called it international, but it's still the same. It's not in English though, unlike later international stuff. But it has like the weapons added into it and Zack and stuff, but I kind of wish I had like the original art or something on the box, but I won't bother, it's just silly. The international version's just superior in every way, I think. Tony's eyes are wary as you approach the graveyard. Why have you come to this place? The spirits of Langshan are evil, and they will do you harm. Leave the coin in the locket. Following Fanyan's instructions, you place Dao Ming's coin and Yi Chao's locket on the stones of Langshan graveyard. You are kind to help those in need, the Oni says. Oh, I love how, yeah, we're just dying of poison during these dialogues. Do what must be done and go. You're in danger here. You got 4,000 experience. So that was just a quest to get experience. Lovely. At least it's like off my thing. Out of mind and out of sight. I need to go around there somehow. I don't see how though. On the map it looks like I should be able to walk through. Yeah, don't stand on your video games. I don't know about you, but when I was younger, PlayStation 1 era, amount of PlayStation 1 games I stood on in my very early teens is gross. I've got all these like really expensive PAL PlayStation games that I fucking stood on when I was like 13. Absolutely wretched copy of Tomba. Disc scratched. It works. The disc is scratched. The front of it's all cracked. There's a bit of the spine is missing. There's only the plastic stuff though. All the paper stuff is there. I was going to change the case for it, just for the sake of it. I wonder if I could sell it one day, but I mean, it sounds like it's in terrible condition. It's not. It's really just the plastic. The case is just a hot mess, and you can change cases. But the only thing that was a bit of a shame, and I probably wouldn't be able to, I wouldn't in good conscience be able to lie about it, is that it has a unique sticker on the cover that came with Tomba that other games don't have. They used to do that sometimes, didn't they? They'd have stickers on the front, so you could suggest that it's not original. I'm personally not that arse myself when it comes to my video games, because I play games, I buy games to play, not to be a trophy piece on my shelf. I like them on my shelf though, they make me happy to look at them, but if a case is cracked and I can get the exact same case, I don't care, you know. Or the tray, if it's the same, I'm not bothered. And I do that. I do that all the time. If I like to downgrade and upgrade games depending on how much I like them. So if it's a game that I'm particularly fond of and it's got a scruffy case, then I'll take a game that I don't like and I'll just swap them. I used to do that when I was a kid as well though. I'm downloading Alone in the Dark, not downloading, downgrading Alone in the Dark, Jack is Back, because it deserves it, because it's trash. Alone in the Dark don't even have a case anymore. Although when I went home I did find that Tenchu was sitting in half a case for Alone in the Dark and half a case for Tenchu. I want to play Alone in the Dark at some point in the future. Be warned, I may stream it. I just can't decide which version I want to play, but it's more of a bucket list thing, you know. Once I've played a game for a brief amount of time, it sort of stays with me, and even if I don't like it, I feel like I need to finish it. Just once. I would like to do Alone in the Dark, Jack is Back. But obviously now I'm in Japan, I'd have to get it again, and I can choose. I could play it on the Saturn, or I could play it on the PlayStation. Now, The Saturn version is absolutely awful. PlayStation version's definitely better. Half remember the movie being lousy. I think I saw some of that one. The movie came out, oh god, it must have been around the time of the 5th game on the PlayStation 2? Possibly? Celestial Samurai. Don't remember all these. What Celestial Samurai's element? Is that part of the poison? Why can't I summon you? Nowhere. Why that there? I think the Alone in the Dark series is supposed to be quite good though. I think it's just what format you play it on. Like I think on its PC it's considered quite influential and important. Especially the first game. There's a third game on PC as well, isn't there? But we only had the second one, because I think, again, because it was considered quite a good game on PC, I think it's just a very lousy port on the PlayStation. But the Saturn looks even worse, but I'm very tempted to just go all in, you know, if I'm going to play a terrible game, maybe I should play the worst version of it too. I also find the Saturn very cozy sometimes, and endearing to watch it try and do the 3D games that people claim that it can't do, so I'd kind of like to see it having a go. I enjoyed Resident Evil very much on the Saturn, and I enjoyed Tomb Raider. I enjoyed to an extent, but you can't defend Tomb Raider on the Saturn. I think it's clearly better on the PlayStation. There's no real reason to not play it on the PlayStation, except for the water effects are a little bit better. But Resident Evil was fine. I think it was mostly I think it's still a little bit better on the PlayStation personally, but it's pretty good. Saturn, the little console that could. How are you, Eurelzy? Have you played the Tomb Raider on the Saturn? It's really, I mean, unless it was specific to the Japanese version, but I don't think it was a good port. Well, port or whatever. Release, I guess, because it was sort of co-release on everything. It's not really a port if they came out at the same time. Or as a lot of people seem to misbelieve, that it was originally made for the Saturn, which isn't true. I see that spread around a lot lately on the internet. I've seen it on Twitter as well. The little known fact, Tomb Raider was originally a Saturn developed game or whatever. No, it wasn't. It just came out on the Saturn first in Europe like a week or two early, just because Sega got an exclusivity deal. It was still coming out on the PlayStation and PC. I mean, Tomb Raider's probably better on PC, really, but I don't like PC gaming. It feels PlayStation to me, at its heart, anyway. How am I feeling? I'm feeling a lot better, actually. My throat is still a bit weird, but I think it's, I don't know. Doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Just got a bit of a threatening, tickly cough that doesn't really do much. Probably shouldn't have streamed as late as I did last night. It was a little bit silly. I was overly tired. You played Duke Nukem on the Saturn. See, stuff like that I think could be fun. I would like to, but sometimes it's just, you have to pay the extra premium just to play it on the Saturn. Like, I want to play, what's that shooter called that's in Egypt? It looks really good. because I like that sort of lore and mythology anyway. I'm not a big first-person shooter person, but what's the one that... but YouTube can't shut up about how it's better on the Saturn because of X, Y, Z, and it's, you know, it's probably true, but that's also why it costs a lot more. Exhumed? No. It's got like 2 names though. I have a Saturn demo of Tomb Raider. I've not played the series very much. Oh, I love Tomb Raider. Not enough AP. What is that game now? I keep thinking Outlast, but it's not Outlast. But it's like 8,000 yen here now at the best of days on the Saturn, and it's like, it's not a genre that I like that much. I don't know how much I would enjoy the game. Do I really want to pay that much for it? Probably not. If it remains at that price, maybe one day I might give it a go, but right now I've got different priorities.
It's locked.
Maybe I should summon the samurai. Seems like an upgrade actually. Can she just pick the lock so we can open this thing? We don't need what's inside it though.
Success.
What are you doing, girl? You're gonna get yourself killed. Oh my god. No! That's gonna cost me loads of MP to resurrect you. Is there something else? Two enemies. Oh my god. Please heal yourself. Oh, fucking A. No! Oh no. Why are you doing this? Do I even have a... I don't even know if I've got a revive item. Shite. Tell me revive, I do. Thank God. Right, get Joseph up. Okay, and you can use... whatever it is. Are you familiar with this game, Rosie? Did that work? Oh my god.
Avenge me!
Avenge me. Did that potion not work? Why isn't Joseph up? The summon thing still seems to be fighting that enemy though, which is good. Revival. Oh my god, my life is ticking down. I'm dying from poison while I'm trying to heal. Trashy area. Where's my potions? I'm having a moment. Where's my potion? Really? Where are they? Revive. These are magic books. Oh, there we go. I swear it's just all it's doing is... What's that? Small amounts of damage. Do that. Right. Is she gonna do something quick? Right, and let's see if we can get Joseph up. The return of the summoner, indeed. And I'm back to what usually happens. Clutch healing and a lot of death. Oh my god, you literally walked straight into it and dropped dead, you fool! Hmm. Right, we're back up. Woo! Did he just die from fucking poison? Oh my god. This area sucks. I still don't have to think I still have it. I did play it for a while. I found it interesting, but I got pretty old with the Western style of RPG. Yeah, this is probably not one of the better ones, in fairness. I think it's... I don't know. I think it's okay for release date PlayStation 2, but it's aged like arse. You know, arse is infamous for aging badly, but... Revive. Jackal. Revitalize the party. This is a particularly bad part though, so please don't judge the summoner off this terrible moment. This is a very bad part of the game. This whole area is probably the worst bit I think I can think of. You need to... Oh, he's got heal. Heal yourself. Hmm. My arse has aged, but right, my arse has aged. The best Western RPGs. Yeah, I think it's a good lead. It's sort of... I think... It's not a good lead, actually, no. I think if I wouldn't recommend this to anybody to get into it. I think it's good if you accidentally came across it like I did. It was a good lead in that way. And I think it was because it was sort of a captive audience game because there was nothing out for the PlayStation 2 when this was first a thing. So I feel like a lot of people had it for that reason. It was that sort of bargain bin game. No, I know what you mean. I didn't mean to like shoot down what you said, but no, I wouldn't recommend this to anybody getting into the genre. I feel like it would put them off. Even at the time, I don't think it was really probably compared to PC RPGs, which I'm not very experienced in. I assume that they were just generally a lot better, but it was alright for a moment. Like I said, I didn't play it, like buy it voluntarily. We just had it. I played it because it was in the house. And I found myself enjoying it, but I would never have... If I'd have seen this at the time, I would have never bought it in the shop. It was just... Summoner 2, oh yeah, that was much better. Summoner 2, I would recommend that. It's really fun. What I played of it. I played the same demo, I think, before it came out. I know I wanted it, but I remember playing the demo and getting really excited about it. And then I was really enjoying playing it, and then I got the disc read error crap with my PlayStation, so I never finished it. I wish I bought it on GameCube instead at the time, but I don't think it came... I can't even remember. I think it came out on GameCube after. So... I think the other thing with this game, though, is I don't think I'm playing it very well either. I think I'm not very good at this game. So I might be... There's an element that I might be making it look a lot worse than it actually is, because I'm shit. So there's always that to keep in mind. I think I'm doing a very bad job of playing this. I'm sure that there's better builds for characters and things like that. Diablo 2 came out the same year as this game. Did it? I thought it would have thought it would have been older. What was Diablo 2 on? Was it on a console? I know Diablo 1 was on the PlayStation 1, so I guess it would be, yeah. I've never played any of the Diablos. I've just got a whole blind spot with that genre and plays. It was PC. Did you not get a console port then, Diablo 2? Remember the ads? Looking forward to playing Summoner 2. Summoner 2 is excellent. I mean, you can just watch me suffering through it maybe, but you perhaps maybe should look into the lore a bit before you play Summoner 2 maybe. I don't know how crucial it is. But when I played as Summoner 2, it was really good fun, like stealthing around, and it has a more action combat. My only gripe is that I've only got it in a PAL format, so it's not going to be... It's going to look like shit, which it did look good at the time. It was on the PlayStation. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Was it on the Saturn as well? I can't remember. Maybe, actually, no, I don't think it was. I'm thinking of the Horde, which I know it's not the same, but... What was that other game? Because when I was younger, I always used to mix up... I know what they are, I know what Diablo is now, but I always used to mix up Diablo with Dungeon Keeper. Oh. Oh no, wait, the thing's covering that. PS1 only. I wondered if it had like a weird Japan thing. I was thinking of getting Diablo, but I don't want to play it in Japanese. But I wouldn't have minded playing that on the PlayStation. Maybe I should just play it in Japanese. Just, who gives a toss? It can't be that dialogue heavy. I don't like playing Western games in Japanese if the story has been written in such a way. I mean, you can say, oh, you can play it on PC. I'll never play crap on PC. I've got the Divinity, the older Divinity games on Steam. They just run like jank, though. That's my problem with them. I've no qualms with playing them, but getting it to run nicely on my laptop, ugh. One of them's like bad aspects or something, and the audio's dodgy. I don't know. And, I mean, you could. Maybe you could, but I wouldn't. You know, buy an old Windows 98 just to get the original sort of experience, and then it won't make it run fine. Ring of Repulsion. Co-op was extremely fun. Play so much of that port. Maybe I should look into it then. I've played some of Diablo 3 because one of my friends here really likes Diablo 3, and we played some of it together. I got the thing with the necromancer on it, whatever it was. It seemed fun. It seemed more like a co-op game though. We played it over the mics. I need to get back on that. I was really enjoying Divinity Original Sin, but I don't know. Maybe me and you should play that one day, Barley Bam. I don't know, but I don't know if we'd be compatible though. I'm really... I've played most of it once though, so it might be better now, but when I tried to play with my friend, I was getting the real FOMO about them wandering off and also not being asked about some of the story. I'm about to die. I need to heal really fast. Large amounts of damage, that'll do. Oh, that's good. I'm asked about the story. Don't mean, yeah, that's the thing. And I like all that stuff. And I was getting really stressed because, like, they were like wandering off while I'm still talking to somebody, and they were like, well, I was taking the time to walk around and talk to some of the NPCs, and next thing I knew, they'd accidentally like continued the main plot, but I wasn't there, and I was like, oh my god, like, I can't. I thought it was designed sort of badly I think the game could have done a better job of trying to keep you in the same place. It was far too open. So I feel like the main quest stuff should have perhaps done a better job of keeping you together. And the other thing that was weird was like, even if you do go together, you couldn't like both be part of the conversation always. You had to like watch through the other person and the screen, and it was like, I don't know. I feel like 2 probably has done a better job. Don't know. I've gotten into an RPG in a long time. I was quite getting into Pillars of Eternity before I started doing Twitch. I probably should have finished it, but just Twitch happened and other stuff. But I was quite getting into. Oh, there's his hat. I don't know why he's going to die without this hat, but 'cause I can't remember who he is because I haven't played this since February. But here is his hat. Hat belonged to Longyear, who had given it to forest spirits. The spirits had turned Longyear and his friends into trees. Oh, that might be why. So that they could hide from General Pijan's soldiers. Okay, well, we've got his hat now. Sorry, I'm finding this place very stressful because I can't stop too long because our health is ticking down constantly because the entire area is full of poison, which is absolute trash. And I have no MP. It's quite a bother. I'm very near the end now, though. Just give everybody a little top up. Diablo games have always been good. Birthday hat. It does look a bit like a party hat, doesn't it? Infinity Engine stuff is where the real love West RPG. I really want to do Baldur's Gate, but like I said, I'm in 2 minds whether to stream it or do it by myself. I don't know whether people would find it incredibly boring to watch me playing Baldur's Gate. And also, it has, doesn't it, I don't know, potential to go on for like years. Especially the way I play games. I mean, what's this? Stream 16 of the Summoner. That's not bad though, actually. It's shorter than Legend of Bloody Heroes that won't end. Baldur's Gate is enormous if you play both. Yeah, I wouldn't back to back them. But then there's Planescape as well, but I get the impression that that's just reading, so maybe that wouldn't be very interesting to stream at all. But then maybe some people would enjoy. I guess there's people that would like to see Baldur's Gate by being played when you haven't played it before. What choices I make is about. I'm awful though because I'm a scummer. Like if, you know, if I accidentally like walk into a pub and it explodes because I didn't do something, I would reload. That's how. It's just I always do. I can't handle it. I've got better on Twitch, but when I'm not on Twitch, I'm scumming the shit out of whatever. And I'll convince myself that I won't do that. But then I'll justify it. I'll be like, well, if I'd have known, I wouldn't have done that. Like well, I didn't think that that answer meant that. It's terrible watching me play. Watch me play in LA Noire. No, that's not what I meant. Dun dun dun. I'd watch Baldur's Gate. I mean, I could just play it on Discord and you can watch. One day. Thing is, I'm just conscious. I need to finish stuff like this, though. I need to finish stuff like this and stop starting other stuff because I feel like I got a bit carried away, like bouncing between games, and I wasn't finishing any of them. We're all about to die. That was really bad. Bad choice. The party went one way and I went the other. Ooh, gotta get in range for my group's heals. But a lot of the Summoner, I'm not really keen on the combat. It's crap. This whole, it's got a mixture of Vagrant story and Infinity Engine, and none of it functions very well, I don't think. Let's save, because it's been a while. Let's roll over to another one. Let's find Baldur's Gate. I can see the appeal of a Permadeath playthrough, but there's so much RNG and DD rule set. Yeah. Do you mean save scumming? Lucky roll can kill with your crowns as a bit. Yeah, I would never do permadeath. I wouldn't have that. That's a harder, you can play a bit more safe. I did enjoy. I role played like a little bit in my head when I played Baldur's Gate, which is very out of character for me. But I kind of like you can write a diary. It's crazy, Baldur's Gate. Like you could write a diary and stuff. So I wrote like a couple of diaries about the story, not like super interesting, but I just thought, what a weird novelty. I made this woman character, and usually on role-playing games, I tend to play as a male character if I'm creating it, but I decided to create a female character instead, and just live my sorceress dreams. I might bring her back if I do play it. Forgot what I called her though. Probably Anastasia or something, don't me? I've got a thing about that name. Buddy jumped into Baldur's Gate Blind last year and loved it. I have actually played it. I played, I want to say about 4 or 5 hours of it. I remember I did the opening, which was really good. The opening was really cool. You can see why it left an impression, you know, with the event that happens. And then I sort of made my way through a forest there. I remember there's some wolves, I think, and they were a bit spicy. Oh my god, why can't one of these tabs just be called fucking consumable items? Actually called fucking consumable items. There they are. They're not magic, they're items. Right, do I want to use it for you? No. You? Go on. Let's heal everybody. Right. But yeah, then I got to some really big town. I think I remember there was a tavern, and I remember there was this like woman or something outside, and she wanted me to come with her to do something, and it turned out to be like a bit of a shakedown. Can't remember now. Enjoy the story portion myself. Only watched others play it. See, I'm all about story when I play games like that, so I'm the only person enjoying it these days. As someone who grew up with it, I can appreciate it's not always the easiest sell now. Yeah, it was hard. It's sort of something that I wouldn't have been so interested in the past. I've never really been much into Western RPGs. This is about the only one I've played. Maybe this is why. That Shadowrun I liked on the SNES. We're not finishing this tonight, are we? It's 11:30 and I've literally done nothing except walk through this one map. It's like the end of Final Fantasy 13. I'm just trying to check every nook and cranny for these quest items, but... $7:30. Well, I'll pass you the controller. Fortunately, I've got to go to work tomorrow. But it's nice to sort of at least get the ball rolling again. That's the Republic Go. It's more about how to play that one. I don't want to play it on a PC. It's on Switch now though, so there's a way. I've always wanted to play that because of Star Wars. I need to finish Mass Effect. Remember when I started Mass Effect? Whoops. Flight for the Philippines for 3 months. Oh well. Then you will be on my time zone-ish. Spoiled on some big things about the story, but it still held up really well. See, I don't know much about it, so let's obviously let's not. I don't really know much about that game, so that would be fun. And if I get a Switch, I would definitely give it a go, because I don't think it's on anything else. They're remaking it though, aren't they? And aren't they making? Are they making a sequel? Or did I make that up? I love Mass Effect. Oh, where's my summon spirit gone? I want to play the sequel, but here it's not a great experience without all the fan-made patches. Oh, that doesn't sound good. I guess that's it. We're at the end, but I sort of don't want to leave if I've missed stuff. We've talked to you before, unless you've got something new to say. Doubt it. You are now prepared to confront Murad. Go now to the Jade Temple, which stands in LA's shadow. Behind the shrine, you will find a path out of the forest. Your prayers and all of Aurelio go with you. I need 2 pieces of bark from this tree. And cure poison. Oh, he's cured the poison off us now. Thank God for that. We have to get through the whole thing to do it. The prophecy said nothing about this, but mysteries are the ways... Oh, I can't read. But mysterious are the ways of fate. If you need 2 pieces of tree bark, then I will give you 2 pieces. Who am I to pass judgment? Okay, right. Now we've got rid of that sodding poison, but I'm at the end now. Kind of wish we could have come through the back door. Oi oi. This way round. Right, let's sort this out. What is going on in my quest journal? I think we're about done. Nandy the Gatherer, who are you? She wants us. First thing Nandy requires are the leaves of a plant called the Sparrow's Egg. I don't even know. I'm just going to Google this. Summoner, Sparrow's Egg. Why does it have to have such a generic name as Summoner? Sparrow's Eggplant Mini Quest, but Summoner Forum. There we go. I've searched through the forest of Langshan, hoping to locate it there. I must have, if I passed it, it was located elsewhere. You get it in an Orenia night encounter. Okay, that's that one done. Good to know. Statue of Gaodi. So we've already got 2 of his things. I just don't want to leave this area and reset all the enemies if that's where the pieces are. Don't think it's a bad game of vanilla either, but we'll get the FOMO. What, for Knights of the Republic 2? Statue of Gaudi 2 in Wolong. Solution. The head is in Wolong. It's next to the cliff. Oh, so not all the stuff is here. Both legs are in the caverns of Wolong. Oh my god, I don't think I want to go back there. Do I want to do this quest? What's the reward? The deeper. The left and right arms are in the forest. Well, we've got both of those. Okay. Durgan's Lucky Charms. I don't think I can do this quest. Oh, we've got the earring. No, we just need to go back and give it to Durgan later. So that was that one, fine. Pursued by Death. What's this? Oh, True Barks from the Tree. Well, we've just done that, so we can leave there. Tomb of Garnis. What is this one? Summoner, Tome of Garnis. Because we've had this one in our journal for forever. You can end this quest only after you get the Kusani scrolls. Go to the Ona Monastery in the ruined garden. Oh, I don't know. I think I don't care. Children of the Spirits. You threw the box. Yeah. Oh, this is one that's for here, I think. Child of the Spirits. I think the person that gave us this quest is in this area, but I've missed them. Moonstream Shadowrun. Oh, I did, yeah. Yeah, I want to play that one again. I grew up playing Shadowrun on the SNES though. That's what I said about the only other Western sort of RPG I've done. Whereabouts in the throw the box? You've done it. remember where she is though, that's the problem. Where is Piaobo? Huh? Piaobo. A ghost listens as you explain how you met Piaobo in the forest of Liangstein. Where though? That's somebody in this area then. Sorry, it's getting boring for a moment. I'm trying to figure out what I need to do. What is this secrets? I don't know this quest either. Secrets of the Dark Harnim. Problem is I haven't played this game for about 5 months, so I can't remember where I got any of these quests from. She will give you the secrets of something quest. Dark Harnim. Who is this? City of the Kosani. Oh, this is an old school quest. We haven't been to this place for ages. Oh, the first step in completing this quest is in the Langshan Forest. Here you can find a blank parchment. Do I have a blank parchment then? First section 14 for directions. You can't do anything. You can't do anything for this quest until you get the Ring of Darkness towards the end of the game. At this point, Ilara will appear and you can talk to her. She'll tell you that she needs the Mirror of Darkim. Wait, well, I guess I need to check if I've got this thing first. Disco Elysium. I've heard that it's quite good. Where's my key items? But yeah, I absolutely love Shadowrun on the SNES. I'm less enthusiastic about the versions that came later. Not sure if I like them. What I looked at them, but now that they're on console, I'm probably more interested in giving them a go. Like futuristic Baldur's Gate. I like Cyberpunk. I want to play Cyberdoll at some point on the Saturn. It reminds me of a lot of the anime I used to watch in the 90s too. Oh, there it is, the blank parchment. So that's that quest is okay. We can continue. What else is there? Family tradition. I've done that. You brought them to the cemetery. Yep, so I need to go talk to her and that's that done. Got this guy's hat. That's the main quest, I think. The Fate of Ruka. These are all main stuff, I think. So the only one is finding that tree spirit. Well, maybe we can just walk around and do that because there's no more poison now, so how bad can it be? I always got confused with what Disco Elysium is. Elysium. I never really I've always heard the name, but I don't really. Is it just a CRPG then? And like, what sort of feel is it? Is it steampunk or? It just looked very weird. But all I've heard is about how good it is, but never really much about what it is. You know, do you have those names that just buzz around in your head of games that are supposedly really good, but you don't really have a tangible grasp of what it even is? Be curious to play the Japanese developed mecha CD Shadowrun, the one with the manga style to it. Yeah, I would. That's a good point. I really need a good way to play those CD-based 16-bit era games. I'd like to play PC Engine stuff too. I'm trying to think, there's other stuff like that that I always hear the names of and I never really know what it was. Baldur's Gate, to be honest, was one of those ones that I'd always heard the name of and didn't really get it until a long time. I didn't even realise it was BioWare. Very Infinity Engine influenced RPG with a very emphasis on dialogue. It's on consoles now, isn't it? One of my friends recently did mention it. One of my friends here, I think, was saying, oh, I think you'd quite like this. I'm a bit funny though, I don't know. Oh, backing up the conversation, because I just got distracted by this game. Pillars of Eternity. It's a weird one. It might just be me, but I was enjoying it, but it felt like it just didn't... I can't put my finger on it. It wasn't rocking my world, but at the same time I can't really think of why. It just... The combat was okay. Oh, there was some dialogue in it that I really wasn't a fan of. You have the ability... I know what I didn't like about Pillars of Eternity. You have an ability to read people's pasts, I think, or minds or something. And so certain NPCs, you won't actually talk to them. You'll just hear like a narrative, like, what's the word? Third person sort of description of something that happened to... Well, maybe not even. It's like an abstract dream almost. But I was kind of... I guess it's a cool concept, but kind of just wanted to have like dialogue sometimes. It wasn't every character, but every so often I'd be like, oh my god, can't be asked to read this because I don't forget what it means. Like, it's very abstract and weird. Like, you talk to somebody who's standing in a village square and it'd be like, the general flinched and looked from side to side. He knew then that this was the end. And I'm like, what? What are we talking about? Like, what's going on? Maybe that's just my brain, but I'd like to give it another go. I think because the game didn't really make it very clear what was going on at first, I was just a bit confused. But probably be something that you get into. Where is this last spirit? Oh, I kind of can't be asked to walk around looking for forever. Who is Piabo? Piabo? I can't spell their name. Piabo. Go to... behind one of the large buildings in the western part of... leave the caverns and go to town. Oh, it's not even here then. Right, well, we'll leave him. I'm done. We're out. It's a horrible place. Ah, I want to play Baldur's Gate now. Feeling in the mood. I'm always in the mood though. You can talk about anything and I'll be in the mood. Video game wise. Nothing weird. I swear every stream I want to do something else. From whatever I'm playing right now. Gotta install it though. I don't, well, I kinda do, but I have it on the PlayStation 4. I have the, what were they called? The enhanced editions. I love them. I love them. I love the box. Oh, it makes me so happy that I have them physically. It makes me want to play them more. They just look really cozy, having both Baldur's Gates on this lovely disc that you just put in the machine and you turn it on and you go. I've got Icewind Dale as well. I don't know why I bought that. I think I might die before I play Icewind Dale. No, not Icewind Dale. The other one, Neverwinter Nights. I don't think I'll play that. I think I just got a bit excited because there's 3 games that they released physically, 3 collections, and I got the Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. I got the Icewind Dale and Planescape 1, and then I thought, well, I may as well get Neverwinter Nights, but I don't see myself playing it. Maybe, but then you know what? Life is hopefully going to be quite much longer, so I could maybe play Neverwinter Nights in my 50s or something. That would be fun. We need to go back to town, but because there's no icons on the map and it's been a hot minute, I have no idea where the fucking town is. Oh boy. I have no memory. Can I change the camera angle? No. Neverwinter Nights 1 is pretty bad. What do I have? It's terrible. The expansion is much better though. What do I have? If I can get it. While this endless loading. It's still in the shrink wrap, the one that I got. I always kind of want to leave it there as a bit of fun. Oh, what are you doing, Summoner? I can't even see it. I alphabetized. There it is. What's this? Oh no, this is Torment and Icewind Dale. What is it called? N? Neverwinter? Oh, there it is. Is it? Yeah. Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition. I don't know what it is then. And oh, it has lots of downloady. So I probably should get it out of the shrink wrap and see what's available to download before it goes. Icewind Dale, I've reading the what series? I won't get any abbreviations, I think, when it comes to those stuff. The Dritz series. Wonder if those characters show up in that game. The inner campaign feels like a demo of what the toolset can do rather than actual compelling story of the expansions. Feel like what a campaign should have been. What else I might have played? Did anybody ever play a game called Myst? Myst 2? I don't think it was an RPG though. It's sort of like a strategy, weird fantasy thing. You had these dwarves and they threw like satchels and bomb things. Series about Dark Elf. Oh, speaking of Dark Elves, I do play. I do like Elder Scrolls. That's about as Western as I get. When I went live tonight with this game, the first thing I was thinking was like, oh, I could just get back into Elder Scrolls, you know. Celestial Samurai, let's go. Oh. I like the way they die. I'm still trying to rush because I feel like my health is ticking down, but it's not anymore. Isn't that lovely? Actually popped in Baldur's Gate. I wish I was more of a reader. I used to be, but now I feel like if I'm going to read anything, I need to just read Japanese stuff, which I don't even do. The last sort of big books that I was reading were the Game of Thrones ones, which I never finished. No, I know, right? I did not even see his health getting that low. When did that happen? Oh no, now the samurai's going to be all evil. Did I get experience for killing the samurai? My own summon? That's interesting. Right, we need to do something from a random encounter. What was it? Orenian night encounter. Okay, so it's not night time. So we need to make our way back to the town, but there probably will be some encounters along the way. And there was one more as well. I do like the music on the world map. If I were the town, where would I be? Follow the path? Baldur's Gate 2 is on PS2. Oh, one of the, like, is it Dark Alliance or something? Hack and slash games, yeah. I know that. Check me out. Where's the exit? I don't want to fight any of these things. Oh, cool. I'm trying to think what would my other experience be with Western RPGs. Generally not anything on PC. Oh, do you know what I was thinking of buying? I'm very much thinking of buying a game called Druid. That's made by Crystal Dynamics, and it's a Western sort of action adventure game, but it came out on the PlayStation and the Sega Saturn. Maybe, I don't know if the Sega Saturn was only in Japan, but I might just play it in Japanese and just whatever, because there's no other way I'm going to be able to play it, and it looks kind of interesting. And I might go for the Saturn version, just for interests. There seems to be a lot of these sort of... I feel like it's a game that probably didn't come out in North America either on the Saturn or something like that. There's a lot of oddball PAL-only Saturn games, and then sometimes and then oddball Japan-only Saturn games too, that were Western made. That's the Tower of blah blah blah. That's the Jade Temple. We're not going there. That's the finale. Well, remember the finale. Where's the town though? Desert. Is that the town? I think this is, yes, this is the town. Because it's in the mountains. I would like to wait for night time to come to get this random encounter going. I can't remember how the passage of time works in this game. Does it actually, do I have to walk around? Or does it even... I don't think it even matters actually. I think it's purely in the encounters, not actually... I don't think the world map changes. Dev made an EverQuest inspired game on PS2 that's meant to be fun. Champions of North. I don't know any of the. I think somebody's about the closest I did. I was very much Japanese RPGs at that time. Wait, is that the exit? I'm trying to scratch my brain to think now. Mind you, I'd have brought whatever I had with me. Oh! I did have that Lord of the Rings RPG, but that's sort of copying JRPGs. But yeah, I do want to get Druid. I think it was called Druid outside of... Let me check. Japan, because they do rename them. It is a port of the PC game Druid Demon's Mind. It's an action role-playing game developed by British studio Synthetic Dimension. Oh my god, this box art's hideous. Oh, interesting. I think it's Japan only. It is, yeah, it's a PC game. It's an MS-DOS game that only came out on PlayStation and Saturn in Japan. So I would definitely have to play it. I can't say it very well, but I'll put it in the chat. Let's have a go there, look. This game has a Japanese console version, but I thought it looked quite interesting, especially on console. Might have to get that a go. Oh, that reminds me of the other one that I do have a bit of an experience with is Silver. I really want to play that on the Dreamcast again. I need to find a way to get to play PAL games here. In theory, I could probably just pinch my PAL Dreamcast from the UK because they did support 60 Hz. But I never know if my brother might want it. No, I want a night encounter. Never heard of that one. Me neither. Especially because it wasn't on console. But it was just, I've seen it in one of those lists. Those every game that was released on the PlayStation and the Saturn one. I thought it'd come out in Europe though on console, but I guess not. But I mean, it's not a Japanese game. It is English made, but I guess it remained only on PC in the West. But you know, Japan was much more interested in console games. Well, there's the cat that I need to do anyway. There's quite a few Japan exclusive ports of PC games. Like Dark Seed 1 and 2 are on Sega Saturn and PlayStation in Japan, and Phantasmagoria is on the Saturn in Japan. Zork, Return to Zork is on the Saturn in Japan. Right, where's that cat gone? Oh, you're joking. Where is the cat? Oh. Fascinated by Dungeon Master Nexus. Oh, that is one that I want to get, yeah. Dungeon Master series. Have I played... Oh, I didn't know. Is it related? What's Dungeon Master? What was Dungeon Master on? I played something else that was on Atari. Dungeon something. No. No, really? I played this. Oh, now I want it even more. I used to confuse this game with Eye of the Beholder. Dungeon Master is what I played on the Atari. And I used to think it was Eye of the Beholder, but it isn't. But those mummies. Oh, I used to, well, I mean, I didn't play it that much actually. I used to watch my brother-in-law playing that, so I have a lot of nice memories of watching him play that. I didn't know Nexus was related to it. It's a Western RPG series. Oh, I've got to buy that now. I'm going to leave a tab open. I actually was just looking up Dungeon Master Nexus the other day. Oh my god, now I'm looking at the pictures of it. They've got the mummies in 3D. Yeah, need that. It's a little bit expensive, but I'll splurge. I need that at some point. I'll watch it though. I'm not going to rush, but I think it is more about the 4,000-5,000 yen mark, 6,000. Barley Bap enabling once again. You still have an Atari to it. Well, how do you say that? 2600? The only Atari I ever played was the ST. You had it on Atari ST? That's what I played it on. Wow, I didn't really play it that much. I just mostly watched my brother-in-law play it, but it was a really fun game to watch at the time. It was quite cool. I did play it a little bit. I am a minion of Lahara. I am death. I have come for the soul of Arlang, and I must bring it back to the kingdom of the dead. Arlang has eluded me so far. Give the cat a piece of bark. A present for me? Oh, how enticing, the cat says as he sniffs at it. He begins to chew the bark eagerly. Okay, done. Fervently chewing the bark, the cat ignores you. Our work here is done. See, this is a night encounter, so actually, it looks like it's a night encounter. Let me have a look. You get it in an rain encounter with a bunch of roll calls. Sparrow egg plan. I should check that I don't already have it actually. Would it be a key item? Scrotum shield. Frigid ring. Salamanca's tongue. It came off swamp map. Ruchar's sword. His helmet. Long yew with his hat. Plant parchment. Tone. Tree bark. Durgan's earring. Blue gas shard. Left arm, right arm goggles. Blood. I don't appear to have it. Sorry for enabling you, but I want to play. I thought about streaming a few times, but I didn't know if it'd be interesting. I would like to. I wonder if it's easy to... If you get a way to do it, let me know. I've always wanted to revisit that game. I mean the original, not the Saturn one. Maybe on this map then, somewhere, we can find a sparrow's egg. Because these are Rokuls, aren't they? No, they're not. They're Gorgons. Bull! Can't tell my Gorgons. I think they're all Gorgons, right? Rokuls were the little things that are killed in the previous encounter. Or Rockles, whatever they are. That darn cat. Oh, what's that?
Locked.
Ah, damn locks.
Success.
Success. Yeah, these are all just Gorgons. But yeah, I feel like Dungeon Master was probably... I don't know any context at the time and how it came out, but I wonder if it was just like a cash-in on Eye of the Beholder, because they actually look rather similar, to the point where for a while I actually thought I had played Eye of the Beholder, and then I realised it actually was a totally different game. It was more the HUD stuff that looked the same, like with the costumes and the turnings and stuff. But it was very cool. Right, see if I can find one more encounter and get this sparrow's egg. Maybe we should just go in town first. Enter Wulong. There's a few stuff on Atari that I used to play. I used to play Civilization a lot. Monkey Island. Excuse me? Has everybody died? Oh no! Actually, I think they already died and I've just forgot. No, wait, no! Did everybody die? Ruidi. Remember if you want to say... Oh, there was a war. Yeah, I remember. They died. It's not new news. I'm just being shocked again. Ask the Guardian for 2. Remember, if you wish to save Arlan, go to the shrine of the Forest of Liangshan. Ask for the Guardian of the 2. Because I never talked to him. This is the quest right here. Ask the Guardian for 2 pieces of bark from the tree. Give 1 to Arlang, the other to the cat. I'll go find Arlang. I found the bark. What do you want? A reward? I'm a fisherman, not some king who dispenses gifts and prizes to every fool who runs a simple errand. Well, we got 1,000 experience off you. Very influential game. Which was? Dungeon Master. Oh, other way around? Oh, really? Well, there you go then. I played Pedigree when I was younger. My Atari ST box was full of glowing reviews. I think it was a big hit, and we didn't. I don't think we paid for it. I think we had it on a floppy. Nandi will give you a potion only she knows how to make, but you must fetch the plants I need. You must find a plant they call the sparrow's egg. You will find it in the wilds outside of Wolong, where Miron soldiers patrol. I need to find that widow. Dungeon Master debuted 1980, so bloody hell. By early 1988, it was a strong seller, becoming the best-selling game on the computer of all time. Bell estimated that at one point, more than half SC owners had purchased the game, and the other half had copied it from the other half of people. Nope. No time for your dialogue, says the game. Oh. But he says he's honoured though. Fang Yim. I have completed the task. What task was it? In Langshan you will find the graveyard. Bring Yi Chao's coin and Dao Ming's locket and place them on the stone. That is what must be done. I've done it. Because of your kindness, the spirits of my sons will rest in peace. I can only begin to repay your generosity. Well, get started. 7,000 experience and parrying daggers. If only your sons had parried with those daggers. Who are you? Kaishi the sculptor. Oh, we're looking for your stuff. Mark my words, when Goldi's heir sits on the throne of Arenia, my statue will stand in the Jade Temple. All I need to do is find the missing pieces. Well, here's the right arm. Splendid. That arm shall wield the sword of justice and strike down the wicked in a vengeful fury. Cannot sing your praises loudly enough. I found his left arm.
Stronger.
Ooh. The gods be praised. That arm shall be held open to all who visit the Jade Temple and the court of his rightful heir. Good stuff. I see your armour is old and worn. Its dents and scratches tell a harrowing tale, but wouldn't you desire a new suit of mail? I don't remember if we need it or not. Are we good? I think we're good. It says that I own it. We will meet them with an open arm, singular. Bogudo. Breastplate. I don't want to accidentally buy it though. Do I need to upgrade stuff? I just can't be arsed. I think we're at the end of the game anyway. Maybe we'll wing it. Is this the widow? Gulan. I love her. Tell me about me. Eh? Do you remember me? I'm Gulan. I gave you my knife. I don't remember you actually really, but I'm honoured to have served the prophecy. Tell me about Minhei and Peishi. They are prisoners of the Jade Temple. They will be brought before the new Emperor, since she will judge them. What will you do now? I'm a hunter. I have my spear. I will march for the Jade Temple and fight. We will free my daughters and slaves of LA. See? She don't mess about. Let's level up Doodle Flops. Jacob. I have no memory of what my ideas are with this. Chance of getting chain attacks. Chance of doing double damage. Get that critical hit up, I say. Done. Level 20. Accept the changes? Yes. Let us go. Oh, I don't care. He ain't got an exclamation mark. I think we've read this in the previous stream, whenever it was. Who are you? Jade Temple Priest. The story of the Jade Temple begins with the first Emperor of Renia. He won the Battle of Nine Sparrows with the help of the Dragon of Jade. The Emperor's victory unified Arenia under a single crown and ended the chaos of 10,000 years. In the Dragon's honor, the Emperor built the Jade Temple and founded our order. In the Jade Temple, there is a ring in the Dragon's eye. A ring on the Dragon's arm? Since the death of the first Emperor, no one has mastered the ring. Perhaps the mark on your hand means that you will summon the Jade Dragon once again. I may. I think it's time to go. To be honest, I think the side quests at this point, they're just sort of experience, aren't they? Let me just check though. What was that other one? The head is in Wulong. It's next to the cliff on the eastern side of the town. Oh, isn't there also those chaps that have been turned into trees? Is this the east? No, that's the west, isn't it? Oh well. I think the tree people are over here though. If I recall. Sometimes I forget that I should change the camera because it makes the game look a little bit more visually interesting. It's just harder to see sometimes. But I believe I can't see. I need the high view. Who are you, Forrester? I mean, side quests for missions as well. Right. I like side quests. I've always been a side questy person. As long as I like them to be valid, though. Like I hate when they're just like empty rubbish. Alright, I've got this letter. Can you take it to thingy in the other town? And then you take it. And they're like, thanks. See ya. This has like, you know, story written around it at least, which makes me a bit more interested in resolving whatever's going on. See, this person, I think he made a deal with the spirit in order to get the spirit to help him escape, and the spirit escape the soldiers or something. So the spirit turned him into a tree. I don't remember where he is. Maybe I'm totally phantom memorying this. I'm gonna check and spare us all. Who is it? Wait, what was the quest again? Child of the Spirits. No, that one we've not finished yet. Piabo. Where's Piabo? Oh, Piabo is here. Leave the caverns and go down to the town. Behind one of the large buildings in the western part of town, you'll find Piabo. But wait, that wasn't actually what I was looking at, was it? But we'll do that one too. Pursue by Death we haven't finished. Statue. Nandi the Governor. Where's the guy's hat? There we go. Longue's hat. But where is Longue? In Wolong, a villager named Longue has asked that you find his hat. Oh, he's somewhere here then, at least. Thank you for hiking halfway around the world to save my collection of chicken feathers. Please accept this Snickers wrapper. Basically, that's the energy that it is. Dragon Age Inquisition was really bad for that, I thought. Oh, there's Piabo. Can we talk through the hedge? Oh. Do you even know how to get there, AI? I'm not controlling this. Oh, we'll just yell from far away. Do you remember me? I am Piabo, the child of the spirits. May you set your slaves of Eli free, as you have freed me from my torment. Piabo gives you something. She throws it at you from far, far away. It's the ring of control. And the end. Let's talk to her again. No, she's got nothing else to say or shout. What does the ring of control do, though? Ring of... Oh, it's got to be identified. Push, kick, trip. Sounds like a Parappa the Rapper song. This ring enhances the wearer's push, kick, and trip skills. Do I want it though? Push, kick, trip. Maybe fleece? What's she got on? Hide and sneak. Parry. Let's give it her. Right, that's that quest done. Found Piabo without even meaning to. Now I need to go find the tree person, Longue. You. You know, they've had ages to clean up these corpses just lying around. We've been through a swamp for what felt like 20 years. I guess it's because I haven't last played since February, but I just expect them to like clean up their dead a little bit faster. Who are you? Wolong Merchant. I don't think I need to talk to you. Right, behind one of the houses on the west side is where... Wait, no, that's Peerbow. I'm not looking for Peerbow. I'm looking for the tree man. I don't know where he is, though. I do feel with the summoner, I have to say, I feel like the majority of the budget went into the first half of the game, and I feel like they... Oh no! What are you trying to read, DVD? Uh-oh. Oh no! Oh! Oh my good god, let's save the fucking game. What happened there, PlayStation 2? I'm blaming it on the game. Whew. Couldn't handle the loading. This is original hardware. I just didn't feel the need to put it in my title. But it is. It is. DVD reads it all. It's not, you know, it's not even just original hardware. I'll have you know, it's original software. Disc is spinning as we speak. Struggling. Nobody seems to give a shit about software, do they? You don't ever see anybody being like original software. It's always original hardware, which just means that they've got the console and a flash card stuck in it. I mean, I don't really give monkeys either way. Like, if somebody's not using hardware or using a flash card or whatever, but nobody ever seems to really hashtag original software. No! What is going on? Stop it. Maybe this is why. Dear, 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 dear. It's getting there though. Oh no! What's going on to the game? I might restart the whole thing. Let's just perhaps, I don't know, restart the PlayStation. This is a very old PlayStation. But the EverDrive seemed pretty ubiquitous for understandable reasons. This is my old UK PlayStation 2. I will probably never be able to replace this. Oh dear, it's not even reading the disc now. Oh, we're not gone into disc read error territory, have we, PlayStation? Can I just finish the summoner? I'm very near the end. Uh-oh. Don't look very good. There we are. You know, I love the PlayStation 2, but God, it was a piece of shit, wasn't it? So many bad, broken consoles. Because this wasn't my first. I had a fat PlayStation 2 originally, when that one did disc read error. And then there's nothing you could do about it. Had it on its side and whatever. I'd be upset, but I'm slightly less concerned in Japan because it wouldn't be a big deal. But replacing a UK PlayStation 2, it's not going to happen. I'd have to get one while I was at home and then bring it back. And why? There's only about 8 games I want to actually play on it. I'd like to play the Summoner 2 though. I'd really like to play the Summoner 2. So if it can please just like live long enough for that. Never been able to play the Summoner 2 because that was when it stopped working on my previous one. I think it has done this before though. Right, where were we? At least I got to save. That would have been a bit of a disaster. Might just be the game too though. Maybe it's a bit scratched. It's very old. In fact, it did have this stuff on because I left it in a you know, like on a CD holder case thing with the mesh behind it. I left it in that for about 10 years in Japan with the humidity, and it started to transfer, I think, a little bit. I've restored. I don't do that anymore. I used to, but I don't do that. I keep games in cases now. I picked up my cases last Christmas to stop having my discs in CD carry case things because I didn't think about that, but it did start to ruin them. Alright, let's find that guy. I vaguely get deja vu though. I think it has done that trying to read DVD before. Might just be the game struggling a little bit. Right, so we were going over this way. Only console I've ever needed to replace. Yeah, me too. PlayStation 1 was going wonky, but by the time it was going wonky, I got a PlayStation 2. Who are you? That might be the guy. But PlayStation 2 is particularly bad. To be honest though, so is PS4. My PS4's already gone a bit weird. It doesn't read discs unless I tap the top of it. There he is, Long Yu. I dare not ask anything from you, Summoner. You are the child of prophecy, and I am no great hero. But if you should return from Liangshan with my hat, perhaps I would be saved. I found your hat. I thought he was a tree. Long Yu begins to weep. You bear the terrible burden of prophecy, yet you risked all to save an old coward. You are a generous soul indeed. Long Yu gives you something. He gave us a well-honed katana and 5,000 experience. And peace of mind. That's the most important thing. Do I want this well-honed katana? Probably crap. 60 damage. And it's crap. Yay for side quests. And inferior rewards. Help the best of all. My Saturn's, touch wood. Lovely. I didn't buy it new. It's just something I bought used about 10 years ago, and it's, you know, I was playing it the other day. Not had any Saturn. The only thing with my Saturn is the pins on the memory card slot were a bit loose, I think. Right, so that's another quest done. I think the last one in town was I wanted to find that head or something. Bananas, Sincera, hello. How are you? Remember this one? Can't start it finicky. Exactly. Snap. I fixed mine though, I think. I've not really removed the memory card since, but what I used to find with mine, I think I told you this before though, I've got deja vu. I used to find with my memory card, every time I'd not played the Saturn for a while, I would always have to take it out and put it back in again. And now I never do. It just sits in there and it's fine. And what I did was, I saw it in a YouTube video. Look at that beautiful vista. Gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. Full piece of art. Look how the sea just eats the background. Woof. They've all been flooded. It is quite nice here though. On a CRT, when this was brand new, it looked a bit ugly. But it also looked visually impressive in some other ways. I think coming off the PlayStation, but the draw distance, not aged so well. Hangji. Painter's bony hands cover his ashen face. No, they don't. What horrors have happened here in a place of such beauty, he cries. What horrors have happened here indeed. And he's off. He's doing his own stream. The tiles are very noticeable on that water. Yeah. Fascinating. What was I going to say though? Yeah, so I saw this YouTube video, and I'll finish that thought in a moment. Right, we've done Piabo. I can close that tab. Go away. Go away. Statue of Godi. The head is next to the cliff on the eastern side of town. You'll find it next to the southernmost lamp. Okay. Maybe I've already done it. But yeah, I saw a video and they suggested just you put like a screwdriver in and you twist it either clockwise or anti-clockwise depending on what needs to be. And I think they suggested which one to do first though. And I did that just a little bit, not even much at all, and it just made a huge difference. It like tightens or loosens the pin holders, I think, or something. And I've not really had any problems with it since. I've never removed it since though either though. Because I don't have a, I've only got two. I wasn't sure if it was the Saturn or my memory card originally, so I did get another memory card because it was in a deal with when I got Linda Cube. So it was nice to have two memory cards anyway. Maybe I already got the head though, that's the problem. So I think I'm dumb. I can't be asked to do this statue though, because I'm gonna have to go back to the other dungeon. I don't. Does it say what the reward is? What was it called? You get an anti-magus talk, which I don't know what it does. It's next to the cliff on the eastern side of town. You'll find it next to the southernmost lamp. The both legs are in the Wolong. You'll have to make your way down to the collapsed building to get the right leg. See, if I knew which ones I've already handed in, that would make me more inclined to finish the quest. But as I don't know if I can be asked. Because what does... You'll find it next to the southernmost lamp. It's next to the cliff on the eastern side of town. Well, I assume the cliff is where we just were. So what would be the southernmost? See, there's a good chance that I've already found it and given it in 5 months ago. Is this not a cliff, in your opinion? Oh, and there it is. It's not the southernmost. Okay, it is. Shut up. Oh, it's quite the head. I was thinking it was the most east, but it's not. It's the most southern. It was a fine description, and I'm just a fool. Thank you for the points. Let me see if I was too ambitious with this goal or not ambitious enough. 7%, day 2. Maybe it's fine. It wasn't really so much about the amount of points, it was more about like if I don't stream enough to let people even have the chance. Because I've been quite flaky the last couple of months. Right, we've got his head. Now there's a good chance that I already did the arm, the legs, but we'll do it anyway. I found your head. I found his head, rather. Wonderful. Emperor Goadi, or Godi, will need his head. He will indeed. How else will he think? How else will he issue his decrees and injunctions? And you must admit, I did a fine job carving it. Well. And you have 3.3. Oh, don't worry. Don't feel the need. It's not you that I'm worried about, to be honest, because I can't think if you've been around that long. But there's some people who are dangerously saving up their points to make me do horrible things. They need to have their points removed with pointless things that I low-key am just going to do anyway. Haha. What I should do is make a redeem for things like I won't play this if you finish the reward. But then again, I might not listen. Laughs in 74,000. But it won't be soon. The cost of Mega Drive went up. I wish there was a way that you could customize a reward for, like, maybe they should have let you have like a first time redeem, because I would like to have the Mega Drive at a cheaper cost for people that are new, but like people that have been watching for ages, they have a lot of points so they can redeem a lot of games. But I would have liked it to have been like, you know, your first game's 5,000, the next is 20 or something, you know. I'm wondering whether to do this quest. Do I need to make an adult decision to let a side quest go? Because it's the time it takes to do it is probably not going to be worth anything. Not even just the reward in the game, but just the whole experience of doing it. I'm going there though. I'm still trying to talk myself out of it mentally, but I'm heading there. But I need to go back into this dungeon that I've already done and go through potentially some of it all over again. I really don't need to. I really shouldn't. But I'm also the person that runs around and opens all the chests in every single Assassin's Creed game and then looks at myself in the mirror after and just sees that new wrinkle appear and wonder if that wrinkle could have been spent, you know, playing a different RPG or something. But here we are. But, you know, I beat Assassin's Creed Rogue almost 100%. Yay. Thank you for the points. Do you just manifest when everybody says the word old, Retro Interroster? Your timing is impeccable. I swear that you either you coincidentally show up and think this is all I ever talk about, or it summons you. I heard if you say old 3 times in the mirror, Retro Interroster will appear. Or you'll cry. Seemingly, indeed I do, yes. Old, old, old. Hey guys, what's going on? It was a long walk. Do we dare enter the caverns of Wolong again? If I knew where they were. The second... You'll have to make your way through the collapsed building to get the right leg. It's in the building on the left side of the bridge. Second leg is deeper in the caverns near Azhar. Oh, goody. You'll have to make your way down to the collapsed buildings to get to the right leg. Could I just, like, go solo and then, like, leave somebody here? Maybe I'm going to do that. I'm going to try it. Then I can just, like, fly out afterwards. Because I don't really care about these random encounters again. Can I just ignore them all? Where would it be? Maybe then Joseph can just die. Do you know what I should do? This was a terrible idea. I should be Fleece, because she can turn invisible. I'm going to ninja it because I don't care to kill all these things again. Take that. Is the experience worth it? Realistic walk. Yes, the summon is very accurate. Oh, I forgot how good the music is in this dungeon though. It's a goodie. Dun dun. To the next level. Oh, she's about to level up and all. Time to do what thieves do best. Just ignore everything. Oh, but she goes so slow. I'm already not feeling this plan. I don't know where I'm going is the problem. Oh, hello there. Carice the Damned. Begone, you of flesh and blood. This is no place for the living. We'll have no trouble here. 4 of us there are, brothers and sorcerers, sacrificed to the dragon beneath the waves. Sacrifice, yes, but we refuse to die. I am Carice the Damned. Drazin, Azar, and Balis are my companions in this nether realm. Our memories have withered and died. All we cling to. I think I've talked to him before. Balis is Azar's slave and dog, but Balis has no will. He lives with his master, in the very depths of these caverns. Azar calls himself the Archlich, for he rules as king of the infinite space. Azar is the lord of nothing. Sad. And you would be wise not to anger him in his sorry godhood, Azar. I think we've killed him. Can't remember. Drazin revels in dilemma. That's me. Though he can never make up his mind, only he of the 4 still yearns for life. Even pain offers greater solace than this oblivion. I think we've talked to him though. Oh, you took off my invisibility. Sneak, please. Where are we supposed to do? You'll have to make your way down to the collapsed buildings to get the right leg. Where are the collapsed oh, it's there, isn't it? I see. I think this would just be faster if everybody came along, don't you? Yes. Let's just hustle. Boom. This is fine. They were fast, bloody hell. I think they cheated. Oh, let me summon somebody as well to make it even faster. These enemies really aren't that bad. It was just that last dungeon that was an absolute horrible hellhole. I'm also kind of much higher level than when you first come here, I think. And I get some experience and Fleece can level up at least. Who's that? Drazin the Tormented. I don't think... Who's the person that we're actually looking for? Near Azhar. Well, we're not near Azhar yet. Let's go down that way, maybe? Oh, there's these crap spike traps, aren't there? Oh, we got frozen bone knights. They're not fun. Boom. Oof, that. That's fine. Can you stop standing in the trap, Jackar? Well, I guess he stopped standing in it. If you will, stand on it. Probably shouldn't have gone that way. Maybe you choose Summoner as your first PS2 game. I think it was just excitement about the fact that I realised I could stream Blood My Pal stuff again after so long. I'm trying to remember if it is the first PlayStation 2 game that I've streamed. It's just the first one I decided to I made an overlay and stuff, so that's sort of what it is. Unlike Mega Drive, it's not really gonna be like I'm not gonna play the entire PlayStation 2 library because Soul Robber Shush. Oh yeah, that was... oh, I forgot that. Those VODs are gone. That didn't happen. We didn't play The Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge. Should I play... maybe I should just play that every Halloween now. Maybe it could just be a miserable thing that we do. I could make a redeem. Soul Robber. Have I played anything else? In fact, it probably would say, wouldn't it? I think I kind of got really lazy writing stuff, didn't I, on my Twitch? Let me see, what other games did I write down that I played? Oh, Shadow of the Colossus, but technically we didn't play that on a PS2. We played the HD remaster, but I consider it a PlayStation 2 game. I think that's it though. So technically this is the third PlayStation 2 game that I've streamed. It would be a hell to deal with it. I'm not going to be able to afford to buy them all. And there's a lot of them I don't want to play. Too. It's not as interesting to me as it is more like the Mega Drive Live, because I think because it's shorter, there's going to be a lot of like endless Madden games and stuff, you know. That's why I've sort of, I rebranded originally my name because I don't want to use the word challenge anymore, because I think there's a bit of a sort of, I don't know, expectation that goes with that and what other people think too. But my Mega Drive thing, I am still going to play. The intention is to play all the Mega Drive library, and I intend to play probably the Super Nintendo library to the best as I can. But the main focus is the Mega Drive. That is the main goal, to play all of that, and then I'll see how I feel. But then I thought, well, I want to play other games as well, so I'm going to chronicle them just in case, you know, maybe when I finish the Mega Drive, I might want to move on to the Master System or something. Just go through all the RPGs. That's mostly what I want to do, yeah. I want to go through the RPGs. I think I am going to go through an awful lot of RPGs on the PlayStation and the Saturn. But who knows? Maybe one day I'll decide I want to do all the Saturn games, and it would be nice not to have to replay Air's Adventure. So let's consider it done, you know what I mean? But it's an informal going through. I'm just playing the games that I own with those. That's it, really. These are the broken houses. But the Super Nintendo, the intent is there to do everything, but I'm not going to be as strict as I am with the Mega Drive. With the Mega Drive, I'm trying to work my way through them all, but in sort of a spacious way. So that, you know, I'm not just playing all the best games back to back. But with the Super Nintendo, it's very much, I'm just playing what I want to play. I'm not going to be streaming sports games anytime soon on the Super Nintendo. But I'm gonna informally consider myself going through the library. I want to play a lot of the jank on the SNES, but I might pass on the sports stuff for the SNES, because a lot of it's also just ports of the Mega Drive sports stuff too. Don't want to do it twice. I'll play what interests me. But non-sports original stuff, I'm definitely game for. See, because that's the thing. It's like, I'll do Populous on the Mega Drive. I don't want to play Populous again on the Super Nintendo. I just don't. Once will be enough. I'll have a look at it. I'd be curious to see the difference. But I don't want to sit and play endless hours of Populous if I don't have to. Is this not where this is supposed to be? Oh, there it is! I was about to tab out and look. That's the right leg. But yeah, and also sometimes I think you've just got to be a little bit realistic here. Like, I am in my late 30s now. I am not going to be able... Like, if I could say, oh yes, I'm going to play the PlayStation 1 library, I'm going to play the Sega Saturn library and stuff. I think the PlayStation 2 library, I don't think I'd live long enough to finish that. I don't think I would. There's an insane amount of bonkers games on that machine, and I don't want to spend all my days playing PS2 stuff all the time. Mega Drive's quite nice because it's only 800 games. It's quite doable. I've done 120 of them in the last 2 years, and the bulk of that was done in the first year rather than the second year. Well, it's not even been 2 years yet. It's been a year and a half. Full-time job? Yeah, exactly. If I didn't have to actually go to work and stuff, but... Because I also want to play other games too, not just streamy stuff. Like, I want to play stuff like Step on the PlayStation. I want to play Baldur's Gate and things like that. So... And then there's games that I want to play offline. PS2 China is a borderline impossible if you speak Japanese. Yeah, exactly. There's a ton of visual novels as well.
Locked.
There's so much shovelware on PlayStation 2 though, that's the thing. And even the PlayStation. Even the Saturn to an extent. When you start playing the Japanese library, there's so much shite on it. Like, you could... The Mega Drive is a bit of a joke sometimes, but it's not that. It's really not that bad at all. and neither is the Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo's a little bit worse, but not much. But the PlayStation, like, you've literally got stuff like, oh my god, what do I see? Well, Artem Senna's fucking fan book on the PlayStation. It's on there because, you know, they learnt the power of the DVD or the CD-ROM technology. But yeah, we've got like Artem. Is it what's his name? I can't remember his name now. But I've been joking about it in Discord for the last week. That racing guy and his racing kart photo games. Bizarre. Well, who am I? Where is Fleece? I want to open this lock. Why won't it let me change to her?
Success.
But you know, whatever. If people want to have a go. But I think realistically I wouldn't be able to. I mean, I even thought about it. You know, we talk of the Sega Saturn. With the way that you can do... You can obviously use a satiate or whatever it is with the Saturn. But, and I would love to go through the Saturn library, I think. But then you have to remember how much... There's just this weird... There's all this weird stuff on the Saturn too. Some of it's fun, but some of it's not. Like, some of it's literally just pin-up models, jigsaw puzzles, pin-up models, photo books, pin-up and... What else is on there? Lots of sports games. There's like an aquarium desktop thing on the Sega Saturn, and I don't think it does anything other than just plays fish. It'd be a very quick playthrough, but yeah, it's just a lot of rubbish. I think a lot of folk doing these challenges don't really expect to finish it. No. I think the older consoles tend to be a lot easier, so... But yeah, it's exactly that. It's an excuse to see what's out there sometimes. Some people do. Some people are very serious. I mean, Sharpies... I think you see like somebody like Sharpie, for example. I think he's got good limitations, though. He's specifically targeting the North American releases. So it's a little bit more realistic, I think, in that way. And then like Goatee's doing Mega Drive stuff. He's very ambitious and playing anything at all, but I still think he's still limited himself to focusing on the Mega Drive. He lives and breathes the Mega Drive, and that's all it is. And for him, whenever I watch his streams, it looks like it's a pleasure, an absolute pleasure rather than a chore. I don't think he cares. Like, I think he'll be happy to do it into his 90s, and even if he's not finished, he's still having fun, kind of thing. There's no rush. Because he could get through those games a lot faster, I think, if he wanted to, but he certainly doesn't rush them. Because, I mean, I've already done more... I think I've almost done more Mega Drive games than him, and he's been going at it for about 8 years. But he plays them in a different way to me, too. He's very strict with... He doesn't use guides. If he's stuck, he won't use guides, and... Yeah, so it's a bit different. Some stuff will take a lot longer than it would have took me. He wouldn't use a save state to practice, for example. I mean, I'll try and beat the game legit, but I will use a save state to give myself some practice. What I can't wait is when he gets to Mega Panel. I'm very curious to see how long it is going to take him to beat that game. Months. But maybe he will just take to it. Maybe he's very good at that genre. It'll be a surprise or something. But I mean, I've seen... I think he played... There's a Mahjong game that I'm very nervous about. It's SegaNet technically, so maybe I could wiggle out of it. But it's a Telenet Mahjong game, and he's clocked like hundreds of hours playing that. I don't think I would have the patience. Right, where are we going? Oh! I need to find the final person, wherever they are. Was it you? Azar, here we are. Beat Art Glitch. He was immortal. You'll need to take the first path to the right and then go right again. Okay, take the first path to the right. We're doing it. I can't see. And then go right again. I mean, you're doing the GameCube, and I feel like that is still going to be quite a chore, but it's a little bit more realistic. Although at the pace you were going, it seemed like it was never going to happen. But you seem to be quite back into streaming now. Here it is! Left leg. Really? Really which? That you won't do it, or that it might take a while? I think it's realistic, even at my fastest pace. I don't know. I imagine I can see you getting called away by the lure of something else. Like, I think the jank games are already starting to lure you away from the GameCube in some ways, but I think I had to do that too with Mega Drive. You just you can't do the same thing all the time, and I need to have a change of scenery. I love Mega Drive, but it was getting a bit of a drag. Just they're exhausting, those games, sometimes when they're really hard, and I think the GameCube would be the sort of opposite exhaustion. Like, it's nice to play a game that doesn't take 20 streams, you know? Adds a good chunk of time to every game, yeah. What are we going to do with Fleece? What was my thought process with her? Don't really remember. What did I remove from her a few moments ago? Parry, wasn't it? Give her some dodge. Counter? No. We'll give her causing status effects, possibly. Don't know at this point, but would it increase the damage? Increases percentage to hit. Oh, surely that would be good. Let's do that. Because I've sort of switched her to being a bow user now. Okay, accept the change. I don't like change. Who dat? You ain't Blue Minotaur. Balis. Hypothetical gains I want to customer playing otherwise, yeah. See, I found Mega Drive a lot easier personally because of the fact that they don't necessarily take so long. Unfortunately, some of the worst games take the longest. But it is just a sort of informal way to work your way through the games. It's also why I've started doing the more Saturn stuff and PlayStation stuff, and I just put in the Discord about let's choose like the next game from my backlog, because it's an incentive to get on with these games that I'm just sort of sitting on them and for no reason. Like Phantastep. You remember me buying Phantastep, right? I told you when I bought Phantastep the first time. I remember I tested it out with you watching on like a private stream show. That sounded really weird, but yeah, we did. We had sexy Phantastep times. That's how long ago I bought Phantastep, and I still haven't played it. I just kept thinking like, oh, that'll be good for a stream sometime, and then the sometime never happens. You played it on Saturn, yeah. I think I'm gonna rebuy it, and it's really silly. It feels like I should be more careful with my money, but it's a very cheap game. And after looking at those videos, I think it looks much better on the Saturn. I was hasty. I remember when I bought it specifically. It was when I was fairly new to Twitch, and I was just like in the shops and like, what games would be interesting? What would be what would be interesting, possibly to stream? If I wasn't on Twitch, I'd have never bought Phantastep ever. But that's also what I love about Twitch. It's making me play games that I wouldn't usually, and it's actually become something I very much want to play now, and not because of, even if I wasn't streaming it, I'd like to play it. So thank you for the follow. Did that work? Oh, it did. You know that GIF with Chakan? It's not been working for the longest time. I'm glad it worked. I don't know what the problem with it is. Yeah, it just kept showing the text and not the GIF every time I was doing it before. I don't know why. But yeah, thank you for the follow. I've sort of tried to turn the names off now on alerts because I think some people don't like to be blasted out all over the place. I'm leaning towards the idea of doing anonymous follows, but I like to see myself, if that makes sense. But I wish you could integrate it so that you can see in the chat. But I think it is quite nice. So you don't feel that you have to say something now, you know. But I think having it appear in chat is better than it having it appear all over the place. I've noticed a lot of people have been leaning into that lately. Do you do that, Barley Bat? I've noticed quite a few people I watch, they've stopped displaying names and stuff for things like that. I just sort of did it quietly. It reports the names, it does, but I don't look at OBS at all. I can't stand seeing my own stream moving in the corner of my eye on OBS. It would drive me crazy. I just have chat in full screen on my laptop and that's it. And if I'm playing a Japanese game, I'll have the dictionary minimised down the side. I have my stream open on my phone, but like I can tune that out because it's very small and it's like diagonally down away from me. I only have it there really just to sort of, in case it goes like blue screen or something, I would notice that. Name follows or something. I thought, but yeah, I think it's nice to do. Because not everybody, because I get like that, you know, sometimes. Like, I've been watching people and I want to drop a follow, but I also don't want to be like, oh, hello, like it's you, because they might, or somebody might know my name, but I don't want to actually talk right now. Because you know how small, I don't mean that came out really arrogant, like people would know my name, but just retro is very small, is what my point is. And obviously it's mostly retro streams that I'm watching. And, you know, I am around in people's chats, so people do remember who I am, and like I remember who they are. Sometimes I notice people do that too, and I've done this once or twice too. I won't follow until the stream's ended, and then I'll do it after, because I don't want the blah. It's a small community, I've run into people yeah, in retro it is, definitely. You'll always bump into, especially with time zones, because there's specific people that are only around at certain times of the day. And it's funny how you'll have a different culture, because there's a whole world of people that you would know from Twitch, being in the UK, that I don't know at all. I don't see them because they're either at work or not and not streaming. I don't follow, because the hardest thing I think for Twitch is trying to know who to follow, not to watch, but who to raid. Do you know what I mean? I don't know who's on, because the people that I find usually are on before me, not after me, because when I stream, when I'm done, I go to bed, and that's it. So I often find myself like, oh, who am I going to raid? So it tends to be people that maybe I know from somewhere else, or who have raided me once before. How do I get out of here? I'm sure that there was a shortcut. This dungeon loops, if I remember, but I don't remember where the loop is. We could just walk straight back. There's no enemies now. Need to go to bed at some point. Do you know another reason that's nice about Anonymous is I have fat fingered the follow button once before or twice, and it's like, hello there, thanks for the follow. I'm like, oh no, I didn't actually mean to. I was just trying to scroll down and read your about page. I actually still follow that person now though, so it was sort of a blessing, but at the time I was like, uh-oh. Because they did the usual thing, oh, thank you for the follow, Hysteric Moon. I'm like, oh, I'm on the subway, I was just reading your profile, I've only been here for 2 seconds. do I get out? People you actually watch regularly tend to be on at different times. Usually wind up rating people that viewers have told me about, or people that followed me. See, I don't know. I used to sort of take suggestions, but I don't. I don't like to. I don't know if it's a rude thing to say or whatever, but I tend to avoid taking suggestions now because there's some people I wouldn't mind the suggestion from, but sometimes I kind of feel like I want to find out, are they really like a good match or not? I know it doesn't always matter, but sometimes it does, I think, a little bit. I generally have made good connections, but I am a little bit cautious. When I was newer, I used to just take the gamble a lot more, but I think I'm a little bit more... Maybe I should stop though, because that's why I'm not meeting new people to raid, but I do feel a bit hesitant to just randomly raid somebody that I don't know anything about. Especially, I guess, sometimes too with the whole, you know, the LGBT thing. You want to know that you're going somewhere that's going to be okay. Not that I think it's rare that it ever is not okay, especially in retro. I think most people in retro are of a mature age. I like it, yeah, and I really don't like when it backfires. It's just it's not really backfired much, but there's been once or twice. And oh, and the other thing is, I don't know if this is weird to say, but I find people often will be like, "Oh, you should raid this person," and it's like somebody that's got like 300 views, and I'm just like, they don't need my like 5 views or whatever. They don't need my however many we've got tonight. I'd rather go somewhere that's a bit more useful. And then it hasn't happened to me. It hasn't happened to me, but I have seen it happen, where someone suggested a raid, and it was a streamer that I was watching. It had quite a large amount of people too. It was going to be a very generous raid that they were giving, and they went with someone's recommendation. And the person that had been recommended, it was basically just like their mate or something. But they were doing a stream, and they didn't even have a microphone, and it was just like, oh, this is so kind of awkward. Raided into a stream and there's no cam, no microphone, and then you got like the chat typing just hello, thank you. It was just like, oh dear. And you know, it's not the end of the world, and I'm sure it made their day, but I'm pretty sure that the person that was streaming wouldn't have raided had they known. I don't think webcams are important though. It's just FYI, in case you didn't realise, I don't think webcams are very important. But I think a microphone is a little bit important. You need to... I think there might be... Maybe there's a certain type of game that you could stream where a microphone doesn't matter. But I think on the whole, a microphone is very important. Unless you've got some sort of, you know, disability and a reason why you can't use a microphone. But I think on the whole, a voice is probably going to be the best way to get anywhere. So if you haven't got a voice, you haven't got a microphone, you essentially just YouTube, but that can't be skipped. Although, saying that, it can work, because when I first started streaming, well, not when I started streaming, but when I dipped my toe in, about 5 or 6 years ago, I was playing Ease 8 and I had no camera, no microphone, and I was just playing the game. But I wasn't like trying to grow my channel or anything. I was just playing a game and curious about how Twitch and going live worked. So I didn't even consider myself having a channel. I just played Ease, and because it was brand new, it hadn't come out in English yet. Some people, I don't think there were many people streaming Ease, certainly not in English, like an English speaking person to be able to talk to. So I did get 1 or 2 people that showed up and they were chatting, and we did have a little chat. I was typing on my phone, like my thoughts, but it was more just they wanted to watch the gameplay. It wasn't too much conversation. It's kind of I guess it would have been a nice lurk. So maybe it does work. I also did Mega Man without a camera and a microphone once, and that was what really made me kind of think, oh, Twitch is quite fun actually. I did a Mega Man stream, Mega Man 7, when the collection came out. I streamed that from my PlayStation with no microphone. And I did get 2 or 3 people watching me. It was my first time to play, and they were sort of like giving me a couple of hints. And I was I was just mostly playing us. I think they were mostly focused on the gameplay, so I didn't really type much. But they did, and it was quite a good time. And then I remember my nephew showed up suddenly, and I realised I'd been rumbled by the PlayStation Network. I was like, oh my god, no. I don't mind now, but at the time he was quite a bit younger. It's cute. It was not cute. Shut that stream down faster than a thing shutting down. How do I get out of here quick? I've gone the wrong way. Cute in hindsight. No, still not cute. Annoying. No, no, no. I mean, Chrono Gear most of the time doesn't even listen with the sound on anyway. So his icon usually says. Well, I guess you're just enjoying your privilege as an art contributor. You've missed so much of this game, Chrono Gear. I told you that I might be streaming the Summoner soon, and that if you wanted to see the finale, and you've missed loads of it. Did they remove that? I don't know if they've removed it, but you've got the artist badge on now, haven't you? So did that just replace it? It's pointless. It was very silly. Why would I ever want to know that you're not listening? I guess maybe it has some purpose if for somebody that is hard of hearing to inform them, but I think you need more information than just an icon. I think I set it back. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you're not listening again. Can you hear me? If you'd adjusted on the fly, if you muted the stream, that would be neat. Yeah, that would be, but then it might also... no, maybe that wouldn't be neat, because that would then reveal to people when you're not actually watching or not. Well, I'm going to have to get ready for bed soon. Unfortunately, we won't be finishing the summoner because I decided to spend the entire stream doing side quests, which are now done. So next stream we can go to the Jade Temple, fight the Emperor. Well, not next stream, but I don't know. Maybe I will play it tomorrow, clear it off. I want to finish the Legend of the Dragons and Slayers, though. We have... Oh my god, this is not the correct way. You know, I never wanted to play this. I kept thinking that I need to finish it, but like, oh, it felt like such a chore. But you know, now that I've finally put it on again and got into it back again, it's like, oh, actually, yeah, I can get this done. Can you just stop, you absolute goose? Jakar, can you go and do something? Oh, right, whatever. Why is he vibrating blue? Finding your feet with something again, it's like the Eternal Darkness. Eternal Darkness is quite good. I don't know how it's aged though. I haven't played it since it was new. This is the end of the dungeon. Is there not a shortcut? Somehow I've managed to stumble across the end of the bloody dungeon. I was thinking that maybe I could replay Eternal Darkness. That's why I didn't want to watch too much of your streams, because I haven't played it since it was brand new. I don't really remember it. The reward from this quest had best be good. Wasn't blown away for as honest. It's still a good game for sure. I think it was a... I don't want to say it was a had to be there, because I think you're quite good at putting yourself in the situation, but the sanity meter stuff was very good. 8 out of 10. I think that's fair. It was good for an early GameCube sort of game to try and get you to play a GameCube, I think. How can I get out of this wretched place? Can't understand the map. I need an exit spell. Oh god. Segments of the game falls quite quickly. Yeah, I think the game starts off strong and gets weaker, personally. I also think the game is much more interesting when you're in the house than when you're anywhere else. I don't like a lot of the segments where you're playing as the other characters. I think they drag, and a lot of the locations, it all sort of blurs together. It's a lot of just running around the same ruins but as a different person. I think the house on the whole is the meat of the game, and they didn't do enough of that. Some of it's novel ideas. That's the best it went on, but I thought the gameplay got worse. Yeah, that's basically, I would say, probably how it was. I vaguely remember the monk sequence in the cathedral was quite good. Can we please get rid of slow? Fake TV volume bar. That never fooled me though, because I mean, that ain't what my TV volume bar looked like. I'll tell you the one that did though was when the game reset to the beginning. That got me. I thought the game had crashed, and it went back to the beginning with the boot up menu and save data's not there anymore. That one, oh yeah, that one did freak me. The volume one, I think I was a bit savvy by then, and I was just like, this isn't even my TV. But also the static. Oh, do you know the other one that got me was when you walk into a room and your head just explodes, and then it's just game over. I was like, what? No, it was when you heal yourself, isn't it? Isn't it? It's a thing. There's a sanity thing that's happening, but you don't know it's happened, and the minute you use a healing spell, you just explode and die. That was really cool. I think they shouldn't have allowed you to manage it, yeah. Well, you just wanted to get rid of it all the time. How can I get out of this dungeon? Let me out! Oh, we've not been here because there's an enemy. I can't read this map. And also, a lot of those sanity effects don't work anymore in modern times. Would kids today even know what static is on a TV? Do TVs even have static anymore? Be an interesting one to port. Gotta get up the side somewhere, but I can't see where I'm going. Instead of this spell you can recast easily. Well, I think that's the other thing though, isn't it? Where I think, did you choose the easier one? Because I think if you don't choose the green one, the game's a lot harder. I think it's this way I need to go. But yeah, the sanity thing was a very cool idea that I don't think was ever really reused by anybody very well. This is the way with the poison. Whatever. Chose red. I copy pasted which was the harder one, but I don't remember now. I don't think you read it actually at the time either, but it was a thing. Maybe red was the hardest one. I think red is the hardest one. Because you can't... Oh, no, what it is, I think the difficulty, I think it said if you choose green, I think if you choose green, your sanity will be attacked a lot more by the enemies, but it doesn't matter because there's a sanity healing spell, so it's not really much of a punishment. And then if you choose blue, can't remember, but if you choose red, the enemies on the whole are more aggressive. Oh, I swear to fuck, I'm back at this bit again. I don't know how to get out of this place. It's stressing me out. I want to leave and save the game. This map is dreadful. How did I get out back in the day? In February? This is an awful map. Hello there. Wait, that isn't even the exit, is it? Oh, the exit's below me. Baloney. Maybe there's a way here. How are you, Faith to play? This dungeon looks confusing. It is. Oh, well, it's not this way then, is it? But I have a feeling that when we originally finished this dungeon... I'm literally doing a side quest and I really shouldn't. I think the first time I did it, you got to the end and then... You know, like sometimes with a dungeon where it doesn't make you go through the whole dungeon again. You can go out through like a secret back door that's now available. I think the dungeon does do that. Maybe it's right there. But I need to go to bed very soon. I'm gonna guess you haven't played this before then. I was wondering when you followed if you were a secret hardcore Summoner fan. Although I've yet to meet one. Maybe I'm the hardcore Summoner fan that's still playing it in 2023. I'd be curious to see how the PC version's different. They did change the gameplay. Like it's, I feel like it's the similar line of you just like RPGs. I love RPGs. I specifically like JRPGs, so I'm a bit out of my depth. But I think the difference is almost like, you know, if you've played Dragon Age Origins, how the console version is quite different from PC. It's the same with this, I think. However, this was actually made for consoles, not PC. So PC is the odd one out. This was, well, it wasn't made for consoles, it was made for the PlayStation 2, believe it or not. Came out on PC, I want to say, a year later? You are the Summoner fan base. It has a good 700 odd people. What did I stream the other day that had 0 followers? Oh, Single Swim. Oh, well, it's not a fair comparison. More people like this than like Single Swim. It is. I was very surprised because you would assume that this was a console port of a PC game, and that's why it's sort of as weird as it is. But it's not. They really should have gone with a more action-orientated element of gameplay, though, I think. Oh, I don't think this is the way out at all. Fiend Hunter has 6 followers, but Single Swim has 0. I think the problem with Single Swim is nobody knows what to call it because it's not actually. It's only called Single Swim on the Amiga. It's not called that on the Mega Drive and stuff. And also, let's be honest, I don't think it came out in North America on the majority of platforms, so therefore nobody cares. Nobody talks about it on YouTube. And that's that. It's one of those crappy, janky European games that we don't talk about. It's not janky though, and it's not crappy. But it is European. Oh my god, my eyes! I just took my glasses off for a split second. My eyesight is not this bad. I thought that was a road, and I'm it's a fucking wall. How do I get out? I should probably leave this. I'm back here. At least there's no enemies, but how do I leave? I thought it was up here that we had to go. Like this was a secret shortcut. Because it's that... You see the highlighted... where's Wesker? Do I have a Wesker on this... on this Twitch thingy? Or should we use a frog instead? There we... Woo! Big Wesker. I think we need to go here. Oh, you're going to confuse this. We need to go... I think we need to go to here, but like, how? Exactly, just what is going on this map? Is it over here or over here? I don't actually remember. I always need to keep a Wesker at hand though, for those situations. Stream Elements has made all those emote walls bigger, I swear. I noticed it on Dreamy's stream. Oh, hang on. Layer 1 of... Oh, no. Never mind. I thought I'd found the way to look at different layers, but I haven't. I've been up this path too many times. I think there's 2 ways to get out, but I'd like to just go back the way I came. Because I'm confused about everything else. Something the soundtrack. I tell you the best thing about this game is the soundtrack is absolutely gorgeous. The guy that did this music, he didn't really do a great deal of much else, I don't think, with video games, but it's so beautiful. Is it not up here? It's literally this. It was. I just took that wrong turn at Albuquerque, and here we are. It is because it goes off. I recall it now. Let me get Wesker back. But we had. You come in here and you go down into the dungeons and stuff, and then you somehow get to the end. Maybe that way you get to the end, and then that's the secret shortcut. But I kept going back round again and around again and around again because I'm a fool. All's well that ends slightly grumpy. See, that's a nice draw. Well, it was. I think that's the first one that we ran past. This reward's gonna be terrible, but I'm doing it for science. I think we get a sword. We get a Magus something. It'll just be obsolete trash. But we'll know that we've made somebody's day. A sculpture somewhere. Feel very happy. Oh, come on, party members. But yeah, tonight, Chrono Gear, all you've missed is I went back through that swamp dungeon to finish side quests there. which I did, and then I ended up going back into this cave again to finish this one single side quest. You must gather your party before venturing forth. I slightly get that reference, actually. I was thinking about it just now, but I don't know it well enough to quote. Is that not from Baldur's Gate? I think they do a similar thing in Pillars of Eternity to sort of a throwback, wink wink. The narrator from Baldur's Gate. See, when the summoner's like this, I think it's really nice. Nice and colourful. You can keep spanning the line sometimes as your characters are walking towards the right area. Ah, that's why it must be why it's such a well-known thing then. I was talking about Shadowrun recently, thinking about RPGs again, but I really wish that we could get more Shadowrunners in that Shadowrun, like even if it was just a ROM hack or something, but like a really good ROM hack that's almost like a totally new game. I would like to play like a second adventure of Shadowrun on the SNES, but with the same sort of adventure point and click gameplay. What I've looked at of Shadowrun Returns, it just looks more like this or Baldur's Gate or whatever, which isn't really what I want to play. But I'll give it a go. I've given up on the fact that I'm never going to own the Shadowruns trilogy physically, so I think I'll just, next time it's in a good sale, I might just look out for it. I just hope that it's not my fear with Shadowrun. I'll tell you why I like Shadowrun, the original Shadowrun. I've never really been into this. I hate it. I absolutely hate doing this shit. I just want to play the game. I don't want to think about what does sword weapons do versus axe weapons and blunt weapons and staff weapons. I don't want to make these choices and then I end up being a jack of all trades and nothing and ruining my game. I don't want to think about the difference between should I parry or should I dodge, what's better, what does double attack do, should I be pushing enemies to increase my I don't know. No. And you never have enough to sort of get good at everything, and I feel like you make bad decisions and then you can't reset it because you didn't know, so you need to kind of start the game again. And I'm sort of hoping that Shadowrun won't be one of those heavy stats and character building and which skills to grow and stuff. I don't hate it like when it's done well, but sometimes it can be very frustrating. Like Mass Effect doesn't bother me too much, but sometimes it does. I just want to get on with the game and not have to keep I feel like I'm making life or death decisions all the time every time I level up. Criticise the comparative mechanics simplicity, but I think there's something to be said for that. It is. I prefer the streamlined experience. I just want to get on with the story. Or feeling like I'm just getting stronger in general without having to micromanage it. And I'm not one for. I always get the fear that I'm not doing a good build, so I'll then read on Google for ages how to play a game, and it just sort of ruins my experience in the end. I think a lot of it's not even necessary too. I think it's in my head. Some older games maybe. Hey Barface. Some older games like probably, I imagine Baldur's Gate, it probably does matter. But you know, like Skyrim, it doesn't really matter what you level up in Skyrim, does it? And if you're having a miserable time, you can just turn the difficulty slider down anyway. Just enjoy the game instead of poring over Google like which skill tree to do first. Because there was a big temptation with me playing the Summoner to do that. But I just, because I'm streaming it, if I wasn't streaming this, I'd be all over Google, like, looking at how to level up Joseph, but I just honestly don't care. It's probably why I've been struggling, to be honest, because I probably haven't done a very good build. I don't know if builds matter. How do I leave? I don't remember the exit. It was a boat, wasn't it? You there. Jimin, you have brought joy to the village, One Hand. Now you will build joy to the Empire. May the dragon watch over you and keep you from harm. Tell me about the dragon. I've seen him 8 summers ago. I fished in Banyan Cove. When a storm swept in from the east, the waves tossed my boat and I fell overboard. Tried to swim to shore, but the land was too far. My arms and legs felt like stone. But from the depths the dragon came. He carried me ashore. I have given you new life, said the dragon, but you must give me something in return. What did you give him? I said to him, you're the most beautiful creature in all creation. I am not worthy to look upon you. So I will give you my eyes. I remember this, we've read this before. He gave him his eyes. I returned to Wulong, and in the cavern I sacrificed my eyes to the dragon of the lake. Sacrificed your eyes? In the caverns there is a place we call the Dragon's Mouth, an abyss where the people of Wulong made sacrifices to the dragon of the lake. Didn't we get his eyes as a quest? I don't remember this. Why did they make sacrifices? Because the dragon mourns the death of Uraf. For 1,000 years he wept, and so the Lake of Sorrows came to be. If the dragon weeps too much, the village will flood, and so the people of Wulong learned to make him happy with their eyes. Long ago we made sacrifices. Now in the rainy season we hold a festival, so he will not be sad. And there's the exit. Kind of prefer Diablo 1 simplicity, even though it wasn't the same. Diablo 2 was pretty bad. You can still get through the game with less optimal character, but it's hard to grasp the importance of the choices you make. Exactly, yeah, those games you tend to need to play them once or twice to really understand what you're doing, don't you? Save, just in case. DVD retry is going. I always felt like I was quietly fucking up my characters in Diablo 2. Stressing. That's the thing, it's stressing. I felt like that for this playthrough. I felt like I've been buggering it up because, for example, for a lot of the game, I still can't remember the controls. A lot of the game, I was powering up her to be a good thief backstabber. So she's got sword 8 and I'm no longer using swords. I've switched to bows and I'm finding it's better, but rest in peace my 7 sword points, you know what I mean? I want to put them somewhere else now. I've always liked the RPGs that let you reset your points. I've never understood the hesitance to allow that. If you're going to allow such great customization, I feel like you should be able to have a safety reset. And some of them do let you. So I don't realise the skill points capped at a certain point, and I thought the Barbarian's leap ability was Furious, so I dumped 20 hilarious, so I dumped 20 points into it. What is this on? Is that on Baldur's Gate? No, Diablo. That's a true optimal build. Well, we can head towards the capital. I would like to do a night encounter though. Anybody else up for a night encounter? In fact, is it even night? I just need to find that guy now that I've got rid of that talking cat. I guess I don't need to say... I'll stay near the town in case I needed to rest, but I don't think I need to rest, do I? Because it's not that kind of game. Too busy playing JRPGs. You should respec. Should be standard feature. Maybe not in MMOs or something, but definitely in offline games. Yeah, exactly. Like MMOs. No, even... I think even in MMOs. To some degree. Especially if you're going to have... MMOs are even worse. MMOs are worse. You should definitely be allowed to respec on MMOs, I think. Because they constantly change stuff. Anyway. But the problem with MMOs, and I have this problem with... let me say MMO one more time. But the Elder Scrolls Online, I have a real issue with that game. Because... there's it does let you respec, but there's a lot of choices, and choices kind of really do matter. And it's the same with Final Fantasy XIV is really streamlined because it doesn't let you choose anything. But the thing is with like stuff like Elder Scrolls is there is literally a optimal build, and then everything there'll be other stuff that's just it's garbage. And if you make a garbage build, then you're not going to be competitive. You're not going to be good enough. You're not going to be. And it's just. It's a false sense of... They used to... in fact, they used to do this in Final Fantasy XIV. When Final Fantasy XIV launched... Sorry, I'm pausing the game because I'm on a rant. I don't know why. It's because he's going to start yapping. Come here! Hey, yeah, I'm looking for you. I have no time. You do. Make it. Have you had any luck finding Ruidu? I need another joke or riddle if I'm to escape death once more. Ah, I gave him the tree bark. I knew I could count on you. So all I need to do is give this bark to the cat and he will chew it. How clever. A talking cat is a spooky thing. Thank you for your help, friend. Alarm gives you something. What? Nothing. Just experience. It is physical. That's another quest gone. Do you know what? I did that whole wretched quest and I never gave in the bloody statue. Need to go back. I haven't played many MMOs. Well, no, I was agreeing with you until I thought about it in depth. I think it's one of those things you talk through it and it comes out, isn't it? But the thing with Final Fantasy XIV, when it first came out, you actually could customize stats, and then the developers removed it and they made everybody have the same stats because there's no point. It is a fake illusion of choice because you either have the best build for your class or you have a what's the word? Handicapped build. You handicap it yourself by accident, and then you won't be as good as everybody else. So there's literally no point. It's like the what was it they used to do? It's just everybody found the formula that was the best thing to do, and you'd Google it, and that's it. So every level up, you'd put all your stats into dexterity as a thief. If you put it into anything else, then you're an idiot, and that's it. So they eventually just removed the whole choice in the first place, because what's the point? Elder Scrolls Online is a little bit different though because you have like parallel classes. So if you want to be a Dragon Knight, which is what I was, you could choose to be lean. It let you choose between your skills if you wanted to be more magic leaning or more physical leaning. I thought that was really cool, but the problem with an MMO, like for me, the way that I play an MMO, I don't have time to make tons of characters and reroll, and I don't necessarily know what I want, and I kind of would. It's bad enough choosing the class I'm going to play and stick with for the next like 1,000 hours, let alone like, am I going to have this skill for this class or this skill? But Elder Scrolls does let you, it does let you reroll to a degree. So, and people do. They change their builds all the time on Elder Scrolls. So, I initially said that was a bad thing. It wasn't. I think Elder Scrolls gets it quite right. I think you have to pay though, which is a bugger, but not with in-game money. So in that sense, I think they did get it quite right. Case closed. Next. I'm still personally... You're playing Tales of Exilia now. I don't know if anybody else has played Tales of Exilia, but I really like the level up system on that. And I always like the level up system on Final Fantasy X. I think it's a nice medium because it's never like not good to level up. You can't go wrong. You could just maybe be more efficient if you wanted to. But I mean, as for me, I'm quite fine to just play Final Fantasy VII and just none of it matters. In Final Fantasy VII, do you remember the materia has the stats where it like adds strength and reduces magic? I remember when I was like 30, I never paid attention to that and I still don't now. Cloud's having Bolt and that's that. I don't care. In my canon, Cloud uses Bolt, Tifa uses Ice, no, Tifa uses Fire, Barrett uses Ice, and Aerith uses Ice, and Vincent uses, dunno. Mark my words, when Gaudi's heir sits on the throne of Arenia, my statue will stand in the Jade Temple. All I need to do is find the missing pieces. Well, I've found his right leg. Ah yes, the right leg. Oft overlooked. It was not overlooked. Took me, what, best part of an hour to find that damn leg? Essential nonetheless. I found his left leg. What luck! The flesh and blood Gaudi too stood tall and proud. If his statue leaned dangerously to one side, visitors to the temple would be imperiled. Lady. Mark my words, when Gaudi says, how's the statue coming? It will take me many days and not a little magic to restore Gaudi's statue. Now you must restore Gaudi's heir to the throne, as the Jade Temple has foretold. For your kindness, please accept this gift. Take it with my deepest thanks. This has been the worst quest. Anti-Magus talk. You max out all and sell it. Have I missed something? Oh. Tales games I've played. Are you on about MMOs? Enough to buy... Oh, the materia. You max out all. The materia all. I'm with ya. Where's my very tedious quest reward? What is a talk? Is it not a weapon? Actually don't know. How many ye olde adventure games I've played and I can't remember what a talk is. Where is it? Have I gone past it? Oh, a talk of haste. It's an accessory. Oh, it's there. Resist Magic 3. Maybe it's good. Maybe Jack R can enjoy it. Speed 2. What's his resist magic looking like? What's everybody's resist magic looking like? Magic resists 2. Magic resists 3. Maybe anybody can enjoy it. Maybe it's quite a good reward. But the thing is, I've only got 2 fingers apparently. Ring of the Forest, dodge and parry. Parry counter. Wait, where's my... I should be wearing my summoner ring, surely. I kind of want his speed up. Maybe I don't. All this stuff. I think the main complaint I have with the summer, though, I have to say, is the inventory, like the shop system and upgrade armor and stuff. I think that is a lot of the time in Western RPGs in general, though, but a lot of armor, it's very hard to tell if it's like an improvement or not. They often just tend to be exactly the same, but not. Equip. Oh, crap, it's a necklace. It's not a ring. What did I just unequip? I don't even know what it was. I think it was that. Double attack. Oh no, we're keeping that. What have you got on? Summon +3. Oh my god, we need that as well. What have you got on? Sneak and it's all good stuff. Fire +2. Maybe she could have it. No, we're not having this. I'm just whatever. It's a stupid waste of time. Morning me tomorrow, when I'm getting ready to go for work, will be full of regret that I did this side quest. Evening me thought it was a good idea, but morning me is going to be fuming. Evening me needs to save the game. I'm going to leave. If a talk of haste doesn't actually make you faster, is it all talk? Exactly. To buy multiple Costa del Sol houses. Scale on these environments is a lot larger and cooler than expected. It does have good merits to it. I think you have to just be very gentle and remember that it was one of the very first PlayStation games. But yeah, the best part of this game is the very first town that you'll have to look through a VOD or YouTube or something. But the very first town in the game, well, the city, the capital city, is massive. It's absolutely huge. And it took me about a stream or 2 to go around and talk to everybody because I'm that bitch and I will do that. We still haven't found the sparrow's egg, actually. But the scale of that city was very, very impressive, and the dialogue, just the amount of writing in this game is very impressive. I think for being a console game, it's probably what people on PC were getting a taste of with, well, not a taste of, they were scoffing we were getting a taste of what the PC people have been playing for ages with those sort of Infinity Engine levels of writing. Oh my god, just die! Let's summon something. Let's summon the poison elemental. I thought it was a top-down game, unable to see into the horizon. It can be. You can play it with a high view if you want to on the PlayStation. I think the PC is a high view only. I'm not sure. That might be the difference. But it, like I was saying before. Oh my god, you absolute fucker. The PC version was made after this, so this is the intended way to play. You can have 3 cameras. You can have low, you can have high, and you can have auto. I tend to prefer high because it makes it easy for me to see what's going on. But low makes the game look more interesting. I like to zoom in for combat though because it helps me do the timings on the swords, which I just missed. Because if you've played Vagrant Story, that's what's going on here. You have to press the D button, the D-pad, left, right, and whatever to add attacks on as the things. But mostly, the magic is very broken. You should finish Vagrant, so should I. I've never finished that. It's an endless bucket list game, that is. It was really hard. Especially when I was younger. I found Vagrant Story quite tough. Again, it had a lot too much complicated sort of customization and yeah. The best graphics in that. Oh, it absolutely does. It's a gorgeous game, Vagrant Story is. Right, this is the Jade Temple. This is where we need to go in the next stream. I'm going to save here. I'm going to end here because I need to go bed. Don't know when we'll finish this because I think tomorrow I'm going to finish The Legend of Heroes, but we'll finish this probably in the week. Next week. I think I'll do this in a stream after work one evening and try and finish the thing. Or maybe next Friday. We'll see.